Okay.
Doing the thing.
Stan, we're live. Watch your language. And put on some pants. Hi. Oh no. Well, okay. So I'm old and not smart. It has a bunch of these options up. Like, what do I want it to be? This pop? How about pop? Do we want pop? I don't even know what pop does. I don't want that. So can we just go to comments? No?
Normal. On the left.
Normality. It's still going with that.
Rue, make it do the thing. What?
It's still going with that.
With the drum face? Why? I took a new thumbnail. I'm so bad at this.
Well. Hi guys, I'm trying to figure out the
We have
thing
a
here.
minor phone issue.
You worked on that one.
It's still here. Oh, nope, that's not it. Ha! I figured it out. You have to press this thing.
The thing, the deal, yeah.
Figured
Two
it out?
circles that overlap each other. You gotta press that button. Hi guys.
You mean the Olympic signal?
It's two circles, not a bunch.
Well, I went to earlier Olympics.
Ah, okay.
Like the recent ones had 5
The
circles.
old.
The
Yeah,
old
the
ones
earlier
only had
Olympics, They
two.
only had the 1 or 2.
The first Olympics. Oh yeah,
You're
sitting there,
terrible
standing there,
at aiming a phone.
standing there doing nothing.
If you aim it at us, I have to say hello to people. Hello, Finn Wolf, the holiday guy. Hello, holiday guy. You are back. Ron Sheps, Ensign Juice, Michelle Schulte, Ross Reichert, Susan the Tie, Richard Glad, Patrick Redding, Brian Breen. Hi, Brian Breen. I don't recognize the name. Doesn't mean you haven't been here before.
Oh, God.
I just kind of ruined everything by hitting a button. I'm going to stop touching things. Doesn't mean you haven't been here before, but I've just noticed you because someone else reads comments. I don't know, I see the names, but Brian, thanks for joining us. Mike Butcher, hello. I would have killed for a cool last name like yours when I was growing up. Like Butcher, he must kill things. Larry Hughes, Jeremiah Dempsey, Ella's Fire, Ken Zarish, Mike Randall, Al Matra Art, hello sir. Ross Reichert. And, I'm going to do like 10 more.
Okay.
Mr. Mitch, Edson Juice, Ezekiel Bradshaw. Ezekiel, I don't know if you're watching alone or not, but make sure that we all tell Zodi happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Zodi!
Remember, we're way in the past, so for us it's on time. Hello, yes, that is Stacy, not wife. Head Static, L. Copeland, Christina Mantai, Green Hammer. Hello, Green Hammer. I think you're new. You're new for me. Hi, good to see you on. Thanks for joining us. Dragons are cool. I like your picture. JLR538LM. Hello. Weird name. Chad Smith and Diane Verville. Verville. That's a good name too. Hi.
Hello, Philip Earl.
Okay. Yes. That's all like the quick yet loud. Because I could do that for like 20 minutes.
Notifications.
Oh, notifications are on. Oh my
Thank you,
goodness.
Philip
How
Earl.
dare you?
Philip Earl says, what's up?
How dare I
Hi,
use
Phil.
my phone when I'm not
Hi,
live.
Z.
All right. I did it.
Hello, Scott Colehart.
Okay. So today we have a lot going on. Gamera is really neat, and he's full of turtle meat.
We've been eating Gamma.
Yes. I have Gamera fenced off here behind all of these pikes, as you can tell. And soon we're going to put elves on them, and we're going to, this is going to be fun, because Stan, he does some painting, but he hasn't painted a lot of masks here in the shop, so I thought it'd be fun if I had him paint some elves, and I yelled at him the whole time. And I think that you guys would enjoy seeing that.
Captain Marcus says, hi, cool to watch more progress on these guys.
I'm going to give him no training and yell when he gets it wrong. I think that's going to be awesome, and that is a sure recipe for success.
Catherine Finkley says hello.
We do have a full house tonight. We have Rue, we have Cece, we have me, we have Stan, and Stan's socks, possibly. I don't know. It is winter months.
Ron Shep says, hey, Stacey and Rue.
Hi.
Ed's Juices, Mama Bear says hi, gang.
Hello. We're going to get Gamera done tonight. And
And we're gonna walk away in the middle of a sentence. Rodney Pope says hello. Brian Lippert says hello. Michael Halloween says hi. Skullberry 9000, I love your name. Says howdy. Skullberry 9000. That's a great name.
Skullberry?
Skullberry.
Just the whole
9000.
concept of Skullberry has
It's
me kind of
over
excited.
9,000.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Mike Cook Thor says hi, Alan and Stacy in the room.
Dude, look up to like a Skullberry 4.
Stan's hiding too.
Big Monkey Fez says hello, hello. We haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah. Hello, Big Monkey Fez.
This is Lexington Stan. Yes, you do. Rich Powell says hello. Phil Burl says let's play.
Also, El Eco Loco!
You go to-
You missed the shout outs, but I slid you in. Because
Full name.
I have the Williamses sent me a very cool glasses holder that I'm wearing on my glasses. So now I won't lose my glasses, in theory. But I have a really I have a 21.5-inch neck. So what normally would hang down on someone, it's right here, like dook, because I have a giant neck. So what do you do?
You have a 21.5-inch neck.
I do.
Jason B.
I have an
says hello.
18.5-inch neck.
And that's considered
I
a
think
large
that's-
neck. Yes.
Actually, I think my neck is actually a 19-inch neck because 18.5-inch shirts drive me completely insane.
Yeah. 21-inch shirts drive me
Oh.
insane.
Big Gun Mask says hello, Stan. I see your gold head.
Yes, Stan's head was visible there for a while.
Hello to Warmonger.
When Stan isn't here for a while, and it's just the cycle of folks, sometimes he's not here for a few days in a row, I tend to pile crap into his work area. So the first thing that Stan does when he comes in is he pleasantly greets me, and then he politely chides me for messing up his work area.
Ron Chef says you're throwing Stan and D-Man. That's the only way to learn.
That's right.
Happy Mojo says that sounds like how my wife taught me.
Yeah.
Riot Demon says hello. How are y'all tonight?
Riot Demon, we are great. Riot Demon, yeah, lovely. I like that name. I like that name. And I've told you all already,
Good name.
I think of Zootsuit Riot, throw back a bottle of beer.
Cherry
Zootsuit Riot, run a comb through your coal black hair.
Myriad Creative Entertainment says hard. Any suggestions? Thanks.
No, maybe don't read stuff from them. That's kind of creepy.
I'm like, I wasn't
Call
sure
a
if that was
doctor?
in referral to
No,
something we
no,
talked
just,
about.
vet those a little bit there, ma'am. I think you just told us about a weirdo. Every now and then, those show up in the wild on the internet.
Moving right along.
Yeah, we don't want to talk to them.
Chad Smith says request from our Alan to sing Gamera in the tune of Radar Gun.
You mean Radar Love?
Rito.
I've been driving all night, my hands are wet on the wheel. Reveille drives my heel. So that song was my dad's favorite song when my mother was pregnant with me. It was very popular at that time. I know that it is by Golden Earring, and that is all that I know.
Sunny ML says hi from Quebec, Canada.
And my mother was in the theater watching The Outlaw Josie Wales when she went into labor. And she had to leave that movie to go have me.
She's never letting you forget it.
Right, but she did get to finish it as soon as it came out on VHS,
Well, there you go.
which was about a decade later.
Illegal
That's how they
says
used to
thank
work.
you for the shout out. Big Dog Man says smash the thumbs up button, please. Zika says the Zony Boy will be chuffed with all the birthday wishes.
Yeah.
Gene Drake says hello everyone. I made it from the start tonight.
Chuffed is such a good word.
Isn't that a great word?
Because it's a noise that tigers make, and it's a happy sound. It's happy.
Ross Richard says I posted my turkey pot on the Facebook page. Check it out. I will.
Awesome.
William Lockwood says for a big guy that's normal. For us, but then little people should know that by now. The 21.
Yeah.
Phil
Yeah.
Girl says same thing, same neck thing, 19-inch plus.
Yeah, yeah.
Rob O'Brien says hello, creepy peeps. Hockey 79 and good evening everyone.
I would start a fat neck club, but I think it would go creepy real quick.
Ike Camacho asks, when is your next monster camp?
You're gonna have to ask my wife. I really, like right now, I don't know. We are working on stuff, and as soon as we can have a monster camp, we will.
Taco City says, thanks for showing how to paint a latex mask without an airbrush yesterday.
Did I do that? Great.
Sounds like
I do plan on doing like a whole actual tutorial. This guy doesn't have any airbrush on him yet. But you just paint it, man.
Doug Buckmaster says, Coke Zero. Perfect.
Yes, Coke Zero.
Joanne Brown says, hello there. Ryan Bean says, I'm glad I get serenaded when I join.
You do.
Rachel Powell, I'm scrubbing shower ground while watching tonight.
That
Sounds terrible.
that's the second unsexiest thing I've heard this evening.
Anthony Potano says, the weirdo is probably riding a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Poppy79 says, just finished watching some vintage hops with the human pelt video.
Whoa, that's a good one. That's an old one.
Happen Mojo says, that's such a weird song considering the history of the actual Zoot Suit riots.
I didn't. Were there actual Zoot Suit riots?
There were in the 40s in.
What were they rioting over?
Well, it's kind of a weird misnomer to call it Zoot Suit riots because it wasn't the Zoot Suiters that were rioting. It was people who were mad at the
They're
Zoot
like, hey,
Suiters.
we were just in the room.
Yeah.
Why
It
were they
was,
mad at Zoot Suiters?
They were mad at Zoot Suiters because they were wearing suits that took up a lot of fabric in a time when we were at war, and people were mad about it, and they were Latinos.
We've just always been a
So-
salty nation, haven't we?
So salty.
Yeah. Well, that happens.
The city blamed it on sailors in from out of town who could not keep their unbridled racism in check.
Okay. Now we've learned something.
Yep,
And this has been history.
It is. I mean, it's a happy little song. I like
it
it.
is.
Okay, for the record, by the way, something that Stacy is great at is like a song will be playing on the radio, and then she'll tell me why it's terrible, and then I'm like, well, that ruins that song.
I'm
Like
sorry.
she's ruined a lot of
I
them.
ruined so many things.
You know?
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yes.
And the actual lyrics of songs themselves.
Yes.
Just the worst.
Right.
Sorry, guys.
Like I might listen to a song for like 200 times, but I'm not really listening to the words. I don't know it's about domestic abuse. I just thought it was about that's what I thought it was about. It was like,
Listen,
it's such a happy little plucky tune.
you're allowed to like problematic things. I enjoy lots of things. They're terribly problematic.
Yeah.
Mike Murphy says, hello, maker of monsters. Bob Dallas asks, is it someone's birthday?
Well, recently it was. Okay, this is good. When I explain it, it sounds a
Past
little
now.
convoluted. Yes. One of our frequent watchers' son's birthday was yesterday, I believe. But they're in Australia, so it could have been 2 days ago. Or maybe it's tomorrow, because I don't know how time zones work. I make monsters. That's all I do.
Ike Camacho says, what? Left the outlaw, Josie Wales?
Well, they were pressing matters.
E.T. Maledicti says, who remembers yesterday? It's a whole new day.
Yes.
Jennifer Pugh says, hello all, I'm chuffed to be here.
Hello, chuff. You're using the chuff word again.
George Ezel asks, is this a turtle with tusks?
This is Gamera.
Word of the day.
For not knowing who Gamera is, Jordan, I'm taking away 25 points from House Hufflepuff.
Oh!
Okay?
Damn it, Jordan.
Just because you don't know who Gamera is. You have to learn your kaiju.
Study next time. Lisa
Yeah.
Hart says evening. Lily Lockwood says, I like your work.
Thank you. So here's what's going on in the shop. Let's give you like an overview of all the things that are happening. Right now, Rue is steadily making horns for Krampus masks because it is Krampus season and we're making EVA horns. Would you guys like for us to have Rue show you how to make a set of EVA horns? It is probably easier than you think.
Well, after right now, I only have one pair left. So
This could be a hook horror too. Like these are hook horror hands. Yeah.
anyway, making fangs for a giant suit.
Green Hammer says, the texture on that mask is incredible. Did you do that in the sculpt or was it added to the mask after molding?
That is in the sculpt. That is a process that I did a video on. It is called whipped clay. You take clay and dish soap and you put it in a cup like clay slurry. You mix some water with it. But don't use water, use dish soap. And then I hit it with a mixer and it whips it. And so it's like a foamed whipped clay that I put on. I'm very happy with how it turns
A
out.
resounding yes, I would like to see Rue put one together.
Okay, so Rue, you have to trace another one?
I have to trace another one.
Okay. When you
I'll
start
when
tracing,
these
let me
ones are
know.
done.
Stan is in the back. He is using the laser to cut out snowman helmets so that we can make more snowman masks. Those are coming up. We have been in Porapalooza getting elves and Krampuses and other holiday creatures ready. Tonight I know I'm going to hair those elves. Stan is going to paint some elves, and I'm going to finish off Gamera.
Steve's online says a salty nation from Mr. I want to fight it.
I do want to fight it. But you know what though? Fighting is honest. Like, you walk up to something and you punch it in the nose. That's not passive aggressive. It's just aggressive. And I'm okay with aggressive.
Happy Emoji says, don't let Stacy ruin the song Timothy by the Buoys for you.
I'm sure that's a perfectly happy little number.
Philip Rose says, I enjoy corn, but the lyrics are dark. Jessica says, I used to love Black Hole Sun until a buddy told me it's about heroin.
Oh, see? All right, so I really like the song. I'm not the one who's so far away, but I feel
Voodoo
the
by
snake bite into my brain. I like that song. Heroin.
Voodoo by God.
And you know what? It inspires so many good songs. I might have to just try it because it, you know, it
That
does.
would be amazing.
It does really inspire good music. Apparently, artists love it.
Freya Kennifer says,
Perfectly
I just love your
honest.
creations.
Oh well, thank
You're
you.
not going to actually do that?
I like the name Freya. I should probably tell people I'm not going to try heroin in case they get excited.
Wow.
El Eco Loco,
I got out of hand so quick.
Godzilla's still on top of the fridge.
I'm going back to-
Yes, I have two Godzillas on top of the fridge. I have the Imperial Godzilla, and then I have another Godzilla up there.
Jordan Measles says, I don't belong to Hufflepuff.
Actually, on my.
So you think? You know who says that? Hufflepuffs.
Never mind. I'm going to leave it alone.
Bob Dust says, yes, I have a whole bunch of BBA foam right now. Rob O'Brien says, those horns are lovely and look well made.
Thank you.
Philip
Rue
Rose
did a
says,
great
cool.
job.
Yes, yes, yes. Rue will be Horn King.
Yeah. I am the Horn King.
Happen to notice is I used to love the Tool song Hooker with the, but then I figured out it's more about selling out. Now it's just not the same.
Ah! Think you're fine.
They don't sound fine. Not like you're breaking.
Captain Marcus says, Alan, I was told not to try and find, not to try and figure out the words to my favorite Latin dance pieces since they're so depressing.
Yeah.
Finn Godwell says, yes, hooked horror hands. Now a hooked horror mask, please.
Maybe. You got your turtle.
Turtle.
Donna Carmack says, howdy creepers.
Hello, Donna.
Ezekiel says, the angle looks like one with a blonde mohawk.
I don't have any with a blonde mohawk at the moment.
Jordan Ezel asks, what do your snowmen look like?
Snowman.
I don't have any made, or else I could show you. They look like angry monster snowmen. Like I think they look good.
Dan Catch says, hey y'all.
Hello, DM Cash.
Philip Earl says, voodoo. And Pen's Reach says, my gotcha. Hockey seconds. Anthony Tom says, drugs are bad, please.
Yes, drugs are trouble.
Philip Earl says, don't get on the horse.
That's my favorite part of RoboCop is when he says drugs are trouble.
Hockey 79 says, from Methuen, Massachusetts area.
Cool.
Giro and Crowley says, I'm like you, Alan. I like the song for the music, not for the hidden messages.
This is a green wash. This is green and some black, and this is green and black ink with a lot of alcohol in it.
Jerry Collins says, hi, Alan. It's Stacey and Rue and Stan and everyone. Thank you, Scott Colehart, for sharing our opinion.
Scott, you're very kind. I disagree with all the mean things that Rue has said about you.
Happy Mojo says, nothing hidden in Velvet Underground. They straight up called the song heroin.
Yeah, there you go.
The only thing I've said bad about Scott is that he made way too big of a mess.
I enjoyed November Rain by Guns N' Roses. And then I saw the music video. I'm like, well, this is kind of depressing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Robert White says, hello, Alan.
Hello.
James Whittle says, hey, y'all, only 356 days to Halloween.
That's right. Get to work, you.
Ezekiel says lyrics are open to the listener's interpretation. If we knew what musicians meant, what musicians most song meant, we would not like them.
Yeah.
Towerwork Studios says hello.
A knocks on the moon!
Robert White says hello, Stacey. Hello, Robert.
Okay, so for anyone who is kind of new on the channel, the reason why I yell a knocks on the moon every time that someone mentions Tutworks is because for a long time I thought that the viewer Tutworks was a guy, and I pictured him as King Tut. And then I found out that it was a girl, so I now picture them as a knocks on the moon from the movie The Mummy, because I don't have a lot of Egyptology in my life, despite the best efforts of Wallace Budge.
Kiss My Glass, custom engraving says hello, everyone. How's everybody tonight?
Hello, doing great.
Philip Earl says, what's alcohol? Does that mean vodka or whiskey?
Well, 9% alcohol. And you can see how that just got down in those depths. Just a couple, and this is all just with a brush. And this is a rag with alcohol on it to get it. I'm leaving it down in those depths, getting a nice wash from it, but it's coming off of the high spots.
Good news from Ron Shepps. Voodoo isn't actually about heroin addiction. It's about the movie The Serpent and the Rainbow.
Oh, well that's good too. I like that.
Scott Kohler says, sorry, Lou.
Did it come out at the same time as Serpent and Rainbow?
No, that's
Like,
older.
I remember
That's way
them.
much older.
Yeah.
Hockey says, sorry, I meant Godsmack is from Bethlehem, Massachusetts.
Okay.
Rachel Powell says, depending on the school board vote tonight, I may be getting a whole lot more time to create stuff starting Wednesday.
Oh, yikes. Yeah, I hear you. But the upside is you get to make stuff.
Yeah. Ross Richard says, I saw Guns N' Roses and Alice in Chains in 2016 at Soul.
No, I forgot their name. I'm old now. You want it all, but you can't.
Is that not correct?
No. What? Maybe that was. but-
No.
Send me
Faith No
all
More?
money. Faith No More. Yes, Faith No More. And that was probably the most like rocking concert
Yeah, these are.
that I've ever been to. Yeah, they had welcome to the Church of Suicidal. Have a sermon and a wonderful recital.
Everybody loves Faith
The only time I got to see Metallica was when James had Bill hurt his back right before.
You saw back brace Metallica.
He wasn't even there. They had other people step in and sing. It was a bummer.
Wow, yeah.
Jordan Diesel says, I have plans for an independent found footage movie about Monster Hunter.
Cool. That's awesome. I like me some Monster Hunter stuff.
We were just saying
Sakamoto
that.
says that's the gold painted queen.
Fine. Okay.
Context. Droplet Studios says,
Talking about,
oh yeah.
yeah, talking about.
Oh, not Droplet.
And not
Oh, yes. She has paint. I may not have finished a sentence.
That's all right.
That's how I operate.
Droplet Studios says, hi, Alan was wondering, if you make a mask of a copyrighted character like Jason, Freddy, etc.,
Technically, no. But that's what a lot of people do. I do it sometimes myself. Say to make copyrighted characters, I'd write my own monsters, but sometimes it happens. And sometimes, there's something that I want, and it's just not available. Like no one else is making it. Like the Masters of the Universe masks. I'm much more likely to do something weird like that rather than Freddy or Jason or one of those that's pretty easily commercially available.
Sakamoto says, yay, Gamera. Chad Smith says, I have about an hour left to work on primary forms on the door sniffer Yule Lab. I'll be hitting you up for notes on it probably tomorrow night.
Okay, so I saw your pictures.
That nose.
It's great. That's a nice nose for what it is. I always want to see texture. But also I was thinking, like I don't know a lot about door sniffer. What might be cool is to turn one of his ears sideways. That I've never seen that on a mask, and work out that flow and anatomy, because I would assume if he's a door sniffer, he might also put his ear down to the bottom to listen. And it would be, you know what I mean? I think if your anatomy is altered to help your creepiness, then I just think that's a cool thing.
Philip Earl says the wash job looks great.
Thanks. It does add depth and richness to this.
L. Copeland donated to your PayPal.
Oh my goodness,
Thanks
that's
for the
so
links, Scott
kind.
Kohler. I donated to Forever for Alan to let me give them money.
That happens. Yes, I'm bad at that. I'm sorry.
Big Dog Mass says, Alan, I need a new sculpt idea.
Okay, well, there are so many sculpting ideas out there. So look up a old comic series called ElfQuest. All right, look up ElfQuest and look at that style of elf, and then make an ElfQuest elf, but with sharp teeth and scary as heck. I think that would be a nice. That's kind of like on my list, like way in the background.
Hockey79 asks, can you do a video on building animatronics? If not, is there a good source to learn?
Yes and no. So animatronics are kind of their own art. You're asking, Alan, is there a good place that I can learn engineering? So there are many accredited colleges and universities that would be excellent for teaching you engineering. Or you can fiddle around and futz with things in order to learn some. One of them has possibly deadlier results than the other. So, there.
Know your Joe says cult personality.
Cult of personality.
There is apparently some issues with blurriness in and out of your focus.
Okay, is that everyone or is that one person saying
There's
that?
several people.
Okay, we may be having a slow internet night. I am sorry, but we're probably having a slow internet night. I'm going to ask Rue and Stan to turn their phone Wi-Fi off.
Yep.
We're not sucking up too much Wi-Fi.
DM Cash says snail say when riding on a turtle. Because they're slow. Slower than turtles. Turtles are fast compared to a snail. Anthony Patata says, what do you think of my chainmail project I did last night?
It looked cool. It was like shoulders or a coif, right? I saw some pictures of. I don't see a lot, but I happened to see that. I'm like, cool, chainmail. That looks like your favorite way to get carpal tunnel.
I guess she wiped out for a minute for the social team. That's gone. Big Dog Rice says copy. Refresh twice, so blur in and out. Sounds fine.
I am sorry. I don't know if it's everybody or if it's the world or what. We also have some windy weather today, too. I don't know if that's going to be a factor.
Thank you, Scott Colhart, for the ElfQuest link.
And Scott, you have a great connection where you're at. Am I blurry for you? Am I popping in and out?
Camacho asks, how tough would it be to do a many faces?
Okay, so I am actually working. When I say I'm working on something, sometimes what that means is, so I haven't done any actual work, but I am working on the mechanism for how to get his faces to spin. So
Ezekiel says that Shannon watching cat vids.
probably is.
Sakamoto says, so the ElfQuest series were kind of like the puppets from Dark Crystal?
Well, scary, like an ElfQuest elf, but a monster version. You know, I think that cute cheruby, almost Chucky-like head with the elf ears and with Sharpie teeth, I think would actually be very nice. You know, Sharpie teeth. Teeth fuckers.
Horror Beauty says, give me elf monsters.
Yeah.
Chad Smith says, Al, I'm intrigued with the ear idea. I'll hack one off tomorrow and turn it to see what I think.
Yeah.
Robert White said, I thought he just blocked the turtle head.
Nope, this is texture in the sculpt. Boy, oh boy, does it come out in the mold.
Zika says, I got no problems here in the future, but more people are saying it's blurry.
Okay.
Point Talk says, hello, Alan and Shannon.
Hello. Shannon's not here, but to replace her, I have Stacy, Rue, and Stan.
Still doesn't even come.
We're in store replacements. But,
Right.
Sakamoto says, I'm on gigabit fiber, but the video is coming in like real player from back in the early 2000s.
Oh, that's terrible.
Amy Reed says, yes, on pixels and some audio drag cutting out.
Well, that must be the weather here. I'm sorry, guys. This is the best I got.
I gotta make a phone call quick, actually. I have to phone my phone off, too.
I cannot improve the internet.
Anthony Patano says, I stitched on some chainmail to my arming tablets and underwear, breast and back, but it covers the gaps for added protection. And I don't make the mail, I just snip it off.
Mail is tough. I just did a thing that may fix the vidya. Yes.
Alright. Big Doug says, got it, will do. Sakamoto says, video quality just picked up a little.
Okay.
E.T. Maledicti says, Stacy is the one who gets my name right. Hi, Stacy. I'll love you even more if you get that E out of there. Hello, Kate Elliott. She says, hello, lovely peeps. Can't sleep again, so coming to hang out.
Hello.
Points says, Shannon and Stacy sound so much alike. My bad. Hello, Stacy Evergreen. Horror Beach says, looks great now. Thank you, E.T. Maledicti. My friend Tracy and I had this conversation this weekend where if you meet another person with the same spelling of your name, you are instantly fast friends. But if you meet someone who has the same name but who spells it differently, you are instant enemies.
Yes.
Lynn56 says you do improve the internet with your videos.
Oh, that's so kind.
Misty Jazerski says, howdy y'all.
Howdy.
Michelle Schulte says, yep, crystal clear. Warmonger says, Alan says he can't fix the internet, then he fixes the internet.
Well, there was a fix the internet button. I just hit it. Who knew?
Know Your Joe says, you need to move to a place with internet. That just happens to be a place 2 doors down from me.
Well, no. Man, do I love my house. I have a beautiful log cabin in the woods, and that's what I want.
John Crowley says, see it now. E.T. Maledicti says, it's true, the good twin, bad twin dynamic.
Yeah. All right.
Boyd Thompson says, Alan, that's looking awesome.
Thank you. I'm happy with it.
Happen Mojo says, wouldn't the best way to do the mechanism for Manny Faces be a bucket inside a large bucket, and then a tension reel or motor to turn it, similar to the spinning head magic trick?
Aha, except there's your face to consider.
Yeah.
And if you want your face to line up with those masks, then what has to happen is it has to tilt forward to spin and then tilt back so that whatever mask it is can then go back up against your face. So it has to tilt, spin, tilt back. And yeah.
Lord Boros is rickrolling you.
Okay.
You get 2 lines. Post one more on the bank.
Yeah. Yeah. Lord
Yeah.
Boros.
There
Okay.
you go.
Goodbye, Lord Boros.
Bye.
Give him 5 minutes.
You're putting time out.
Yeah.
Boop. And
Yeah.
now-
So Lord Boros, we don't do that here. This is not like your normal YouTube room. We're courteous to each other. By doing that, you're wasting everyone's time, and you're saying that your desire to post stupid things on the internet trumps their desire to hang out with friends and learn. So that's disrespectful to them, and I wish that you do not do that.
But if you would like to hang out.
Yeah, if you want to hang out and talk about monsters and watch masks get made, then you are certainly welcome here.
Captain Martyr says, I used to do the cons and art shows with Richard Keeney from ElfQuest and Bob Aspirin. Crazy good times.
Very cool.
Ben Goggle says, just gotta love that mask. What other things will you be adding to it other than the tusks to make it camera-like?
Well, he's going to get pupils, and that's. I mean, this is Gamera. You know, there's not a lot going on with his. Like, I can't put little rocket arms on there that I want to do, but.
Hockey79 says, you should do a contact challenge where viewers pick up a bunch of random materials and you build a prop of your choice. I think it'd be fun.
Contact challenge. That is interesting. I'm gonna do a little bit of dry brushing now. To
Ken Zarish says, an elf mask with shark teeth would be cool.
yeah, shark teeth on a regular head is also kind of nice.
Having Mojo says, couldn't the inner bucket have the faces on the exterior of it, preferably on a screen mesh to cut down on weight and get a good vision?
No, because that's not what Manny Faces head looks like. Manny Faces has one face, and then there's that bucket over his head, and inside of the bucket it spins. So there has to be an outer bucket that lets it.
Joanne Crowley says, if you use the turtle for a prop, could you make a body for it?
Well, sure, of course.
Jody Cardinal says checking in from wet Orlando, Florida. Howdy, creepers.
Hello, Moist Orlando.
Victoria Seaver says, AKA Grim Granny. Hi. Hi all, I'm glad I found the live.
Hello, you found it. We were hiding it from you. You did a good job. And right now, I'm just hitting a little bit of, I'm dry brushing with a lighter green up on these edges. So that they pop a little bit.
Christina Mente says, hey Alan, would you suggest going to makeup school?
No. So here's why. I don't know exactly what you would do, but I'm willing to bet if you look for lots of good videos on YouTube, spend the money and do the Stan Winston school, whatever you want to learn is going to be on there. And then, if you were going to spend, let's say, $11,000 on makeup school, spend $11,000 on materials and make,
All the things.
200 of whatever you wanted to learn how to do. Because whatever it is that is your area of interest and what you really like about it, you're going to get to do that 2 or 3 times in makeup school. And then they're going to teach you a lot of stuff that you may never do again or aren't in your area of expertise. I love education. I love learning. But I like to learn on my own. I didn't, now I might be a bad person to ask. I'm a little jaded. I didn't go to college, but my life is working out okay. And I was told that it wouldn't if I didn't go to college. I kind of learned a trade, and I did a trade. And that trade has done me well.
Points Hot says, Alan, have you ever seen or made a mask with shaded lenses, like dark sunglasses lenses built or glued in?
I started to, and then they fog up. So it almost has zero value to a haunted house person. I'm a haunted house person because you're not able to see moments after you put it on. That was a big challenge when I was designing masks for a paintball haunted hayride thing in 2001. A lot of issues with fogging, and then for like a defogger from scuba, spit on it, but no, it doesn't work near as well as you want it to.
Philip Earl says, so a crossover of 30 Days of Night at the North Pole.
Yes, that sounds awesome.
Afar with the Dawning says, Sage Wisdom.
So this here, I feel pretty good about. I'm going to grab some pinks and reds and work inside the mouth a little bit, and then I'm going to call this paint job done, and then I've got to work on eyes, and then I'm going to give it some gloss.
Stage Man says, I can't remember where your haunt city stayed. Sorry.
Plano, Texas. Plano, Texas. Like the tackle box, Plano.
Ellis Fire says, I had a Many Faces action figure when I was 6 and a little brother broke it to 1,000,000 pieces.
Your little brother's a jerk. We hate him.
Ben Goggle says, every time that laser cutter's turned on for a moment, I think it's a fire engine siren.
Yes, it does have a bit of a whine to it.
Joanne Crowley says, I know you're busy right now, but what would you use to make a body for the turtle?
EVA foam is the answer, my friend, that is blowing in the wind. EVA foam. I would also use the alligator hands that I've already got sculpted and molded because they have a weird finger setup, and I think turtles would have weird fingers. And then, EVA foam shell. Yeah.
Christina Mente says, what's your favorite form of scaring?
I actually love performing in quadruped stilt suits. And as of now, I am 100 pounds down from when I started losing weight. And I'm within like 30 pounds of me saying, okay, I'm ready to do quadruped work again.
Cat Swift says, hello to all from a surprising breeze in California.
Sweet. I love it when you Californians suffer because you have such great weather.
Bob Dawson says, do you have to have a license to do haunt/special effects makeup?
No, you don't. An esthetician's license is never a bad idea. but it is not necessary.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, language.
It was worth a PG-13 rating.
You're not the one getting demonetized over here.
I'll give you a 5. Hockey 79 says, at the risk of sounding dumb, how is your mask set in your head? It looks like it would be off. Love the piece, by the way.
Which mask?
The one you're working
Well, this one is not cut for a human head. I have made them cut for a human head, but this one is this is a foam-filled wall mount. So when it's cut for a human head, you have a cutout here. The eyes are all screened, and your head sits, right about back here.
Thank you, Scott Kohler, for sharing the Dark Hour Haunted House link. Captain Motor says Alan prefers the autodidactic approach. Explains why he helps with these videos. Thanks again. Chief
I don't know what
Productions-
autodidactic.
Chief Production says, how are you today?
I'm great.
Christina Mante says California is freezing right now and I hate it. Cat Switch says, this is outrageous. I'm on the beach and it was 40 last night. Didn't even crack 60 today. I don't own warm clothes.
I mean, that's terrible.
Baba Daza says, Statement says, thanks, I lived in the colony.
Oh, cool.
Perez Manis says,
Sup, as they say. As the youngins say.
Perez Manis, what brings you here tonight? Because you just get one-word comments from me. So I'm not 100% sure.
Go ahead and put Perez on timeout. Yes, this is boring to you. I'm sorry. Go somewhere else. I am on the internets to make stuff.
Horror Beauty says autodidactic means just self-educate.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. Hey, I'm actually I like the highlights. I like where this guy has gone pretty much. Pretty happy with the paint inside of his mouth.
Ezekiel says, I don't have warm clothes either. I think the last time I wore long pants was when I went to the USA.
When these, okay, I think these teeth are dry enough I can wax the teeth up. And I don't know if I'm going to build an eye yet for this eye or if I am going to use a ready-made eye. I'm probably going to build a pupil, because his pupils are so simple, and I just don't have a real simple one right now.
Hoyt's Haunt said, we had snow here last week. I was salting the roads. This week it's been 70 out. Crazy weather in upstate New York.
No, that is crazy. California's cold. California's cold. Upstate New York is warm. Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria.
Honky 79 says, looks sick. Texture is lights out.
Thanks. Is Lights Out the new good?
I'm hip.
Is that what the kids say?
Text Greg. Hey. Christina Mante says, for a first-time mask maker, what would you suggest?
A latex half mask. Start with a latex half mask, and then you can work your way. Then what you want to do is make a latex half mask where you make resin teeth and a silicone mold on the side, and then you've learned plaster mold making, and you've learned silicone mold making, and then you make a full head mask, a two-part mold, and then after you make that two-part mold, then you would make another two-part mask that has like resin horns and resin teeth on it. And after that, then you have enough experience with silicone molds and with plaster molds. You know the molding process. You've made 4 masks by this point. Then you would be ready to tackle a silicone mask if you wanted to. But there's a progression of things. Start with that easy base building block and then work your way up.
Ike Camacho says, saw your faux stone pedestal base video. Thought it was awesome and perfect for my haunted house.
Wow, that's from like the 70s. Man, that's an old one.
Warmonger says 75 in Pittsburgh today. Yes, 3 days ago it was a high of 45.
Wow.
Shenanigans.
I know.
Cat Switch says we did did exactly the opposite. Last week it ranged from 75 to almost 100. This week Big Bear had a low of 5 and 12 inches of snow. Yow.
5. So what I'm putting on these teeth now to stain that tooth up like that, this is a wax. This is a Sculpt Nouveau metal wax. So something that I have been watching a lot of is miniature painting videos, so that I can see what kind of techniques they're using and see if I can steal anything and adapt it to what I'm doing.
Featuring.
Acquired.
Captain Mojo says, would you want to use an adhesive pattern or applique on the eye or treatment?
I will probably build a pupil separate and then attach the pupil on.
Or Beauty asked, did I just hear an alarm go off?
I don't think so.
Might have been a laser cutter.
Yeah, probably laser cutter.
Mike Camacho says, I like the Doobie Brothers also.
I don't understand.
Tina Kusiak asks, what's the plan for the toy polar bear?
I see no toy polar bear. I see a mask. We're actually going to cut his butt out so people can shove their head up it. That. I'm not even kidding. Like, that's exactly what I'm going to do with that mask.
That's Abducted Zombie says, I love your DIY videos. I watched them a lot this past Halloween to set up a decent Halloween party.
Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that.
Horror Beauty says, long the wax has a turtle on it. It's turtle wax.
That's true. It does have a turtle on it. Yeah, it does have a turtle on it. I never noticed that. Like,
Afar with the Dawning says, oh hey, that's awesome. I just sculpted a mini and I'm painting it now.
cool. You sculpted a mini? Did you sculpt it in green stuff? What'd you do with it?
Angel Martinez says Nebraska was at 70 and is 33 now. Woof. Cap Swift says, yes, minis. As I steal your subject, tell mini pages about carb cleaner and airbrushes is a big hit.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Hockey 79 says, lights out performance is amazing and next to untouchable. Example, Alan's skills are lights out.
Wow, okay. That's very, very kind.
and I'm not young, 41. Okay, all right. You're
hipper than me.
Stage Man says, this makes my Blore days that much cooler.
Oh, fun.
Big
All right.
Dog Mass says, Elf Quest, male or female?
If you can, honestly, elf, they look the same. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? If it's got a ponytail, then I know it's a girl elf. It makes it very hard and like
that even is not accurate.
in elf singles bars. Elf single bars, you know, it's really tough. You gotta look for ponytails. You know, that's the only telltale sign.
Pigtails,
Afar
maybe.
Mike Chernowski says, my YouTube just told me you're on a little late. Well, hi.
Better late than never.
Afar with the Dawning says, super sculpting and green stuff. And that one's in face.
Gotcha. Okay, great. What
Stage
scale?
Man- Stage Man says, on tour, apparently, with more.
Cool.
stuff.
Very cool.
I got to see Sly Menstra at one of the first like sideshow performances I went to before I got into the sideshow. The Brothers Grimm sideshow. She was awesome.
I'm just rewhiting the eye.
Captain Mojo says, in miniatures a few months back, the big thing was using a wet palette. Makes sense since Game Workshop's paints are so expensive.
Yes.
Angel Martinez says, sorry, 3 hours ago it was 70 and it's 33 now. Yay!
Yeah.
Abducted Zombie says, I used to do special effects under Eric Fox for 2 years. I can say watching you brings me back to the good old days, making props and masks.
That's cool. Yeah, Eric Fox is a cool cat.
Justin Williams, 258, says, how are y'all tonight?
I'm doing good.
Christina Mente says, what's a good stilt costume?
A scarecrow is always an excellent stilt costume, but it all depends, you know, on what you want to be doing. I think a good costume is going to blend in with the haunt's backstory a little bit, and you know, a werewolf, anything that you want to be imposing.
Chad Smith says, I'm thinking of vending at MHC. What do you think I should have inventory-wise to vend? Quantity of masks wise.
Okay, MHC in the past has been a 40 mask show, meaning I would sell about 40 masks at that show. MHC moved from Columbus, Ohio to Chicago, and Chicago actors are not as much of a mask town. Chicago actors are not as much of a mask buying, haunt acting actors as Columbus is. So it's a little bit different. Yes, the doggos have entered the building.
Yes.
They saw Stan and they followed him in.
Right.
Big Dog Mass says the jawline is different. That's why I asked.
Okay, well, you do the one you like.
Justin Williams asked, what are you working on tonight?
A duck. This duck mask I'm working on, and we're going to get this duck mask. These eyes have to dry up, so I'm going to move this guy off of my table.
Hockey79 says, what's the best clear matte finish you recommend for outdoor props? I recently finished my pumpkin cake prop and I want to weatherproof it more.
Boy. I would experiment. Okay, so I want to experiment with like the Rain-X stuff on props as a coating
Yeah.
to keep anything that is hydrophobic. You know, give the props a hydrophobic coating as opposed to weatherproofing, make them weather repelling. So that's a round of experiment that I'll be doing in the future.
Philip asks, Alan, will you put a gloss on the eyes after the pupils are applied?
Oh yes. I'll put a thick gloss on of a 5-minute epoxy.
Big Dog Wolf says, Legolas had a ponytail in the film. Oh wait, you're right, you can't tell.
Well,
Vector Zombie says, how often do you work with blood? It would be great to see your method on making quick, decent blood.
I have a video called Blood on the Cheap. Watch the video, Blood on the Cheap. I give about 20 recipes and I tell you my favorite.
Warmonger says, I made my first batch of cold porcelain clay today. Very unique and strong stuff. I see a lot of cool teeth in my future.
Awesome, that's cool stuff.
Ricky Mockabee asks, what's nice? Are you going to blood stain the teeth?
No, I don't. I didn't see a lot of Gamera with blood staining.
Christina Mente, bye bye, Debbie. Debbie,
Yes,
go down the hole.
it was a lovely duck.
Go down the hole.
Blue ball go down the hole.
Afar with 9 says 32 millimeter. He's a pumpkin-headed monster with a vine for a right arm, a cape, and a side.
That sounds awesome.
Justin Williams says, try Turtle Wax Sealant Shine. I used it on my car. Works amazing.
Okay.
Justin Hill asks, if MHC is a 40 mask show, what is Transworld?
Well, I don't just sell masks at Transworld. So I sell a lot of stilt costumes there. I don't go because it's fun. I go there to sell things and make a living.
Know Your Joe asks, have you ever tried Scotch Guard to help a cloth prop be more weather resistant?
I have not. I have been working at an indoor haunt for
A hot minute.
a long time, so I haven't done a lot of that. But I should have been doing it.
Philip Earl says, I use the Thompson's concrete sealer on my concrete props.
That's cool.
David Jones says, I just recently found your channel and I love the way you create props from everyday items. I started making props from cardboard and duct tape years ago and moved on to other media since.
Awesome. I love that.
Thank you, Scott Colehart, for sharing the Blood on the Cheap video.
Thanks, Scott.
Abducted Zombie says, I'll check that out. Do you ever plan on making or working with films?
No. No. I don't wish that hate on me. I'm a haunted house special effects guy. I've been in the haunted house business since I was 10 years old. I have kind of dedicated my life to haunted houses. There is kind of a concept or an idea that if you do special effects for theater or for haunted houses, you're a failed or a yet to launch movie special effects person. I could care less about movies. I like haunted houses. I want to be in the moment. My thing with movies is you're going to spend 6 months working on something that is seen for 6 seconds, and then sometimes you can't ever talk about it. Or people will never see it, it's up on the cutting room floor. Whereas with haunt stuff, normally I get to have the ideas. And then I can make what I want, and I can share that with people, and then I own it. So I can make more. I just feel like that's the way that I enjoy working. So movies are not my path.
Also, it's instant gratification.
It is.
You make a scary thing for a movie, and then you have to like make people watch the movie so you can get their scared reaction.
Right.
Like in a haunted house, boom, instant.
And it's not like a mystery timeline. Like, I know when I'm gonna be busy if I do haunted house work.
Mike Trzanowski asks, how about using spray silicone for outside props?
No, don't put silicone on top of latex, it's bad. It will destroy it slowly over time.
Warmonger says, Alan hates clowns and working on the films. Justin Williams asks,
Now that you put it like that.
Justin Williams asks, have y'all always been in Texas?
No, I have not always been in Texas. For a long time, I lived in Orlando. I worked at Skull Kingdom and Terror on Church Street. I was raised in Maryland, and in Maryland, I worked haunted houses until I moved to Orlando after graduating high school. So I have been around, as they say.
Know Your Joe says, by the way, the robot bear from Dollar Tree Parks was totally awesome. It was inspiring.
Thank you. I'm glad that was kind of its goal.
Abducted Zombie says, I respect that in regards to your film.
Yeah, I think that there is, you know, it's a little frustrating because when I say I do special effects and stuff for haunted houses, it's like, oh, do you do movies? Or you're good enough, you should do movies. Do you say that to a plumber when they're like, yeah, I do residential plumbing? Do you say, oh, you're good enough, you should do commercial plumbing? Leave the man alone, he just wants to be a plumber. Like, I'm happy with what I'm doing.
Christina Mante says, haunted houses kind of force you to get creative in a way.
Yes, because you're working with a lower budget.
Ron Schatz asks, have you tried Clear Flex Seal?
I have not. I've used Flex Seal for some other things. It doesn't have any water properties, more so than just being a coating of plastic. And it's not as flexible as I wish it was.
Cat Swift asks, Alan, what are you doing to his head?
Oh,
Duct tape.
so what happened was, when these are well used and loved foam head forms, sometimes that spike on them goes up and it pops out the top. But if you put a wad of duct tape up there, then it'll not, like it was just going to fall all the way down. He was thoroughly impaled, not quasi-impaled.
Brian Poor says, as a 25-year veteran of film industry creature effects, I would say 6 seconds of screen time is generous.
Yeah. And that's just something that I don't like that. And then there's non-compete, and then there's who owns the rights, and you know, a lot of monsters that don't even get to be seen by people because they, they're held up in a rights battle somewhere. I don't want that.
Blackcraft 27 says, hey, I made it. Sorry, I'm late.
Stan, come up here and study the anatomy of these faces, and you're gonna have to do that about 45 seconds. I have to pay.
Studying.
On camera.
Yeah, get closer so they can see you study.
Are we showing off Rue making the horns?
Give me a minute.
Okay.
Hi, creeper.
I'll do it on my next one.
Okay.
Still got one more set left.
He's got so many horns.
Ezekiel says, get the same as a musician. Every time someone says you should go on The Voice or some reality TV show. Christina Mente, Horror Beauty, Philip Burrell, Ken Bruce say, hi Stan.
Hi, everybody.
Ezekiel says, socks, Stan?
I have generic white socks on today.
I got you.
It's not-
I got spooky socks.
It's not great. It's Stacy has spooky socks.
It's spooky socks. Got my Halloween socks on, y'all.
There we go.
But they were on clearance. For a dollar.
Ruth, can you see what you're making them see?
Yes.
Aside from giving them like shaken baby disorder from all the moving around you're doing?
Yes.
The
If I
Philip
could-
says
if-
that's your Diet Coke release.
One night, bro.
Stage Man says, my local is Netherworld Haunted House. What do you think?
Awesome! I love Netherworld. They're good people over there. You're blessed to have that as your local haunt.
Or do you
Say
know
hi to
which
Ben
one
for
is your
us.
favorite?
What?
Stan, what is your favorite?
Out of all the commands? Is that the question? I like this one.
Horny.
Blackcraft 27 says,
I
hello,
like
Stan.
them all.
Alexa, add blue shop towels to my shopping list.
JLR says, hey Stan. Lunch Door says, hi Stan. Michelle Schulte and Big Dog also say hi Stan. Lil Cooley asks, have you ever been asked to make a Slipknot mask?
Yes, last week. It costs 3 times as much.
Orby says, love the socks, Tasty. Thank you. Christina says, poopy socks. Yes.
You saw it.
Jesus says, yay for cool socks. Abducted Zombie says, have you ever thought of making another logo for your YouTube channel?
I already have one.
Telework Studio says, 9 stand.
That's how graphic artists tell you that your logo is bad. Have you ever thought about doing a new logo?
Something else.
No.
So
No.
I was, so Chuck works, I was somewhere else today, and there was no call for spooky socks, and I didn't know we were going to be live.
Surprise.
Surprise! So here we are. So yeah.
Oh, I brought it back from the dead.
It's the same one.
I brought it back from the dead.
Good job. Sorry, guys. We had a minor technical issue.
Okay. So, Stan,
Yes, sir.
what color is in that airbrush right here?
Point Tom says, you guys are all great and do great work. I love watching and enjoying. I love and enjoy watching and I'm learning lots.
Pretty empty? Okay, great.
Bill Burrell's Halloween themed clothing is my favorite. Ken Zareen says, I like that one too, Stan. One of my favorites.
It's nice.
Abdiel Von Grave says, hello, Alan, wife, and crew. I enjoy your videos all day, sending good vibes from here to there.
You know what? He's
Not
not lying. Because, like, I go through YouTube comments, and he'll comment on a video like 8 years old. And I'm like, okay, man, you're trenching up the oldies.
And there we go, Abdiel Von Grave
There we
summoned
go.
the wife. Here
Yeah,
she
he
is.
did.
Dr. Zombie says, not at all. That's not saying your logo sucks.
Oh.
Ezekiel says, I want to help. I want to fix the A of your logo, but it doesn't suck.
Some hot sandwiches.
Thank
Yay.
you.
Thanks, wife.
Scott Pointer says, hello from the Alabama crew.
Hello.
Christina Mantis says, yay, Alabama Ryan says, fix the internet twice.
Yeah. Well, okay, it was scary because YouTube like stopped. Like it kicked me out and it's like gave me like the YouTube, hey, watch these videos screen, which is never a good sign. But I was able to restart the same screen.
Rachel Powell asks, does anyone ever add random stuff to your shopping list during monster camps or your various labs?
That has actually happened before. Yes, it has.
Philip Earl says, 149 watching, only 66 thumbs up.
How dare
What?
they?
Wah, wah.
Ivan Kias says, every time Alan talks to my AOEXA, my AOEXA responds. Joanne Crowley asks, will they all have
Yeah.
different hairstyle?
Yes, I do change up the hair. I have several different sculptures that I use, as you can tell, and we change up the hair.
Tutwork Studios asks, are they all from the same clan, so to speak?
Yes. I make them so they're all cousins, not twins.
Jody Cardinal says, thanks, Philip. I almost forgot the thumbs up. 80 thumbs up now.
Wow. So many thumbs.
Kevin Marie says, I had fake ZD, but thanks for the honor, Kevin. Thank you, Scott Kohler, for sharing our merch frame link.
It's a little bit of purple in the airbrush, and I put blue in the airbrush. And I don't mind them being mixed, so I put my finger over the end, I'm letting it bubble inside.
Ezekiel says, I always click like at the end in case the show sucks. LOL, not really.
Yeah,
Just in case.
that's a good insurance policy.
It's hedging the bets right
Afar
there.
with the Dawning says, take a look at the terrain making aspect of the tabletop gaming world. Lots of overlap with what you guys do.
I have done. I've actually made some terrain. I used to play Orcs 40K. 40K Orcs is what I used to play. So Stan, this, let's use this guy as a model. You can kind of look at him. And you've used Apache H before?
I have.
All right, so which one do you like the least? That one you like the least? Okay. All right, he's very smooth. He's the youngest, I think. Old man mode activate. Okay. If you start far away, you'll get a haze. Kind of barely changing the color. And then if you get close, you'll get a nice sharp line. So I always kind of start far away and move in.
Ryan Demon says, YouTube keeps recommending your 8-year-old videos lately, which is probably around when I first subscribed. Did you go back and watch the stuff I missed?
And I just want to hit areas that would have a shadow. And I'm going to hit them.
Hal says, I'd give you 2 thumbs up, but YouTube won't let me.
Yeah, that's like voting twice.
Need more
Studio
hands.
Taste is saying, Bar with the Donnie says, nice. Abducted Zombie asks, have you ever made gargoyles before?
I have. I love gargoyles. I was wearing a gargoyle costume when I met my wife.
Scarecrow77 says, big fan, I'm learning a lot from you.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
Tank says, you mentioned someone watching your old videos. I don't comment on the old videos, but I do like to go back and watch search tutorials around Halloween.
I have answered questions on 12-year-old videos, like not even lying. Okay, simple. We're gonna hit the shading of it, and it just adds a little bit of drama, adds some color. I got you this.
Thank you.
Ezekiel says, love to see one of them with pumpkin buck teeth.
You know what? I have some pumpkin teeth right now.
Christina Mente says, I'm going to dinner, eat that later.
Weird.
Blackrock27 says, masks are looking awesome as always.
Why? Thank you.
Ken Zarish says, to the monster cave, Alan.
Stan, you want to talk them through your process instead of just staring angrily at the mask? Yeah, staring angrily at the people.
So I'm, like Alan said, I'm looking for the kind of the darker parts where the shadows are going to fall. And so this is a single action airbrush. So you push the button and you get ink. You get paint that comes out of it. So the places that are a lot darker, maybe up in here, make it a little darker in there. The nose.
These aren't, so one is purple.
Purple's nice. A lot of these are blue. Like I like the purple. Wasn't sure in the beginning. So this is kind of new for me. I paint a lot with my airbrush at home, but I don't use one of these. I use Iwata. So I keep trying to pull it back.
Stan's fancy.
I'm all fancy. I keep trying to pull the airbrush back instead of just pushing the button.
Scott Coiner says, that line of masks looks a lot like my drunk uncles.
Wow. Okay.
Philip Rose says, that's neat. The shadow is brought into detail. Ezekiel says, the purple is awesome.
The purple's really nice. I like the purple. So like we said, it's just you're kind of looking for the dark part. So this goes down, so you're gonna have shadow there. So you pick your spot and that's a little close. Since people are watching, I'm only gonna go 6 times slower than Alan does. Because that's just how it works.
Now, compare our two. How is yours different from mine?
I think your lines are a lot less hard.
Back up.
Okay.
That means you're a little closer than me, so back up a little bit.
Pat Smith says, I assume these are being sold as sets.
Yes, I do 6 packs of elves.
Ezekiel says, the pressure is on Stan. Doesn't want to be damaged, Stan.
No, it's gonna be fun.
So one thing that I'm noticing is your little staccato, your stop.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be scared to just leave your airbrush running. So I'm gonna, which one's your favorite? This is your favorite. I'll do the one you like the least again. So leave it on. And then you have one thing to move back and forth. You don't have to worry about the button. Just leave it on. When you're back here, it's not going to cause any problem to the mask.
Chris Jerry Rose Elrod says, hello, Arkansas.
Hello, Arkansas.
Steve Zalman says, sounds like I've been replaced the former janitor. Ken Zarich asks, how much is the 6-pack?
500. They all come with hats and hair, and if you're fleshing out a haunted house, then it's a good way to go. Just leave it on.
Thank you, Scott Colhart, for sharing the PayPal link.
And don't be afraid to stay a little bit farther away because that's what makes it subtle.
The PayPal link is the Karen feeding of Scotland. Oh, thank you, Amber. Send us $10.
Oh,
Hi, Amber.
Amber Frack, that girl's awesome.
She is
Zombie Fresh. We don't know who that could be.
we don't know who that
It's
is.
only got her picture on it.
She says I donated on PayPal.
What?
Ezekiel says curious about Ruben Stan's tats. We might need a Still Beast tattoo parade.
We might. I have to get a
I'm not
still
gonna
beef
show all of
tattoo.
Rue's tattoos.
We definitely cannot show all of my tattoos.
But not on this channel.
Not on this one. The Still Beast only fan is gonna be real weird.
So much disappointment.
Yeah, they're like, oh.
Oh,
It's naked. It's not sexy, but it's naked. Scott Colhart, thank you for sharing the L6 pack link. Sell another couple of that. Stage fan says, love the Dollar Store robot head. Great. Go to make friends, and friends like too.
Awesome. Thank you. Glad you like it. Currently, it's the Stan show. I'm eating a sandwich.
Go start.
you know, I'm not as good at talking and doing the stories as Alan. Everyone's gonna fall asleep. Somebody tell a story.
Well, we're reading comments. We're talking. It's okay.
Make it up for it.
That getting dropped in the deep end is the best way to.
Isn't it?
It really is. This
He's like,
says
it's great. I hate it.
It's Stan Beast Studios. The Stan Beast.
With all the scandals.
Jana Neal says, hi everyone. Hey Jana.
Hello,
Hi,
dear.
Jana.
You're Who's Band Airbrush.
Who's band?
Dan M. Yarkon says, Elbapalooza. Scarecrow 77 asks, how hard is it to walk on stilts?
Okay, so when you are
So when you are.
Carry on. You're good. You're good. When you're learning how to walk on stilts, go to a hallway at your house. A lot of people will walk outside on the grass. No, there's no walls. Go into a hallway where you have like a 4-foot wide hallway and walk back and forth with your hands up on the walls, and that's a great place to learn. And then when you're more confident, then you can try crossing an open room and whatnot, but do some destination walking as far as where to go. I don't think it's very difficult. Most people will pick it up in the first half an hour or so that they try.
Hank says, just joined 2 weeks ago. So this is the first run of this 6-pack?
no, I have sold many of these. I sell about 10 or 15 6-packs a year, kind of. But sometimes they're leprechauns, same sculpts and stuff. Sometimes they're elves. It's just a way to for haunted houses to fill out their rank and file a little pretty fast without a massive investment.
Warmonger says, anyone that's seen Rune's Grinch tattoo knows him a little better than the rest of us. So I hear.
Friend, hello, man.
You don't have a Grinch
It's
tattoo?
not the Grinch tattoo.
Give me a Sharpie.
Into a very personal Grinch tattoo.
Someone's got to hold them down.
Don't look at me.
What's the thing?
Yep, look at me. I have, however, been a body painter at interesting parties. I've had my fill, thanks.
My body painting days are mostly over.
Most of them. Not all of them.
Fieldwalker Mastas, hello from Scotland.
Hello, Scotland.
Did I get Warmonger? Now I have to get a really, really interesting placed Grinch tattoo.
Replaced Grinch tattoo. James Stan, still.
I was thinking 29 and a half foot pole.
But why make promises you can't deliver on?
Anybody that's gone to karaoke with me has heard my Grinch.
That's true.
So,
They don't understand the imperial system.
Everyone says, oh my. John Q says, hello, all is not short for Alice, I mean all.
Hello.
As he goes, Grinchy room. Big Dog Mass is going from a double action to a single action would be.
oh yeah, I was waiting for this.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Do we want to move away from the airbrushing and into rooms?
Rue, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, Stan. Now it's time to say goodbye to Stan and Stacy.
Bye. I mean, I'm still gonna be.
All right.
Hi guys.
I'm not leaving.
I wasn't on camera.
All right. So here we go. Rue, what are you doing?
I am making horns.
Okay. How long will making a horn take you?
It takes me about
Make one start to finish for us.
one starts to finish about 5 minutes.
Yeah. All right.
So.
There you go.
And go.
All right. So we take our pattern here. Ignore that it's already written down on the thing because I kind of started without you. So we take our pattern, lay it on there, we trace it out. I already did that, so I don't need to do it again. Then I'm going to go ahead and flip the pattern over so I can get the other side of it. And I'm going to outline that one.
Just mentally picture how that would go into your.
Quick outline, nothing fancy. I'm going to take my Robert's cutter here. I'm going to cut these out.
Big Dog Mass is like, he wants Stan.
And even something else.
And
I put on my robe and put it
kind of, there's a trick right here that I do. Right? So I cut it all the way up to the tip, perfect 90 degrees, keeping this vertical. Now for the tip, I'm going to slowly bend it over and give it a bevel on towards the inside.
Chad Smith, we're gonna get into yours after we get done with the horns.
Go.
Thank you, Scott Colehart, for posting the Scott, Live Creepers Facebook link. Ben Spikers says hello. from
Bevel it
Cornfield,
again.
Indiana.
Hello.
Philip Earl says awesome. You have EVA patterns.
Yes, we do. We make a lot of stuff out of EVA. You just don't see it a lot on the channel though.
The Big Dog Masks. Don't feel up, Stan. His wife is watching.
The good bit's not on camera anyway.
Now it makes me wear pants.
There's one
Right.
side.
Real blind.
Yeah, these things always get in the way.
We're gonna change colors.
But now, I'm starting at the horn tip, so I'm going to start with that bevel.
Blasting until it's empty.
And slowly work it so it's vertical.
3 times.
That blade's getting a little tiny bit dull, but it'll work fine with this for now.
Uh-oh. That one. Bonus. Keep it there.
Look at the next group.
He was hiding over here.
Bevel that tip.
And find the chili pepper red and put in chili pepper red.
RJ Smith says hello.
Did you tell them why you beveled it?
Yes. I'm going to explain it a little bit more right now. Okay. So let me come over to the camera and show you now. Oh, I forgot one little tiny step. Okay. This is our pattern here, right? So normally, when we put this together, we'll put it together and it'll be perfectly straight together all the way up and come together like so. Well, with the beveled tip, when we put it together at the end, it makes folding this tip and actually come together. And you'll see that in a second here.
Together, right now, over cheese.
Over cheese.
Yeah, that's what you sing when you invite people to a pizza party.
Well, sure.
Big Dog Mass says, on that note, going to bed. Night, Creepers, night, Alan, Stacy, and Bruce.
I see I bored you.
Good night.
See, and Stan was worried.
I'm not worried.
All right. Putting on contact cement. Might as well do both sides together because they fit so nicely.
Alright, since we got Alan over there, we'll ask you this one. Chad Smith asks, how would I go about sculpting into lips? A way for the cast to have lips curl in so the actor can hook their lips into it to manipulate the lips of the mask.
Once in my youth, I thought that was a good idea too. Believe it or not, the latex just cuts up your mouth. Please keep your mask out of the actor's lips, and they will thank you. I get where you're going, but if you absolutely must, then build in a Velcro point where they can do a dental tray, and then the dental tray goes up over the lip, and that just Velcros on. So that's one way to do it. But you also have to sculpt the mask in such a way where when the mouth opens and closes, that latex has a place to go, because it doesn't want to bunch up that way.
Thank you, Scott Colmar, for sharing the link to the carpet knife.
Brand new blade.
Thank you, sir.
Jeff Leach asks, speaking of pizza parties, will we ever see more Carl Cleaver videos?
Not for a while.
Philip Earl asks, how many gallons of contact cement do you go through a month?
About 2, 3, not a lot. Which month?
Yeah. That's the truest question.
Because
of
this
it.
is the month, man. Want that little red under the back.
There's lots of contact cement for Christmas stuff.
That little bit. Far back.
And I'm going back over this. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Actually, you kind of can.
All in my
But see
back.
where it's the glue kind of just all sucked into the foam?
I see it.
That's good.
That's good.
But we need to make sure there's actually glue outside the foam.
It's got to have glue outside the foam.
Scarecrow 77 says, recently watched you make a Predator mask. Will you make a video on the costume?
If you saw the Predator mask, I made that Predator mask in about 4 hours, and the costume I did in about 2 hours. So it's not amazing, but it was very Predator-y.
It was effective.
I probably will not. I made the Predator mask and costume because we were doing a fun promo when it was the whole storm.
Invade Area 51.
Yeah, Storm Area 51, if you remember that. Remember when that was news? That was for good times.
Tank asks,
All right.
do you have a visual example of the way you would do lips outside?
Now we're taking these foam pieces and we're going
No.
to put them in the oven in here.
You mean sculpting lips or what Chad is talking about?
Sculpted lips, one of the guys that I trimmed today, I agree with. But I think maybe that was the Columbus? That was good.
Now,
Calamus.
Albums, yes.
all this is a wire dog kennel type thing covered in foam with a heat gun put into the back. It's our little foam warming oven. Never mind my garbage sitting there right in front of me.
Asks, how big is the floor mat you're using?
This is 3/8 of an inch thick. 3/8.
John C says, Alan, were you singing Come Together over cheese? The other Lennon song could be all we were saying is give pizza a chance.
Give pizza a chance? I'm down. I give pizza all the chances in the world.
Josh Newman says, hi everyone.
Hi, Josh Newman. Good last name. If anyone didn't know, that's my last name too.
Gregory Haynes says, hi guys.
Now I'm gonna go over back to my chair here.
Ken Zarish asks, Drew, how long does it heat for?
We heat the foam for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, Tank was saying it was a follow-up question on the chat.
Yeah, that's not a system that I really use, but attaching them to a teeth plate I've done on a couple occasions. But it's not comfortable, and it's not something I'd recommend you doing all the time.
Tony Ramsden says that's a sick Jason jersey.
Thank you.
Diane Verbal says love the Friday
Hey,
Jason
Spirit.
jersey. The Hot Dermot say hello.
Hello, Haunt Dermots.
Okay. Now, we take these two beveled points and we put them together. We got a little extra long in one part. Then I use the table to really keep it straight and come put it. You can't see it. Okay. Keep
There you go.
seam straight when I put it together. Now, next big trick with this is, see how split it is there? Flip it inside out. Pushes that seam together. Comes together real nice. Now, I am working fast because this foam is only so warm. I gotta take this tip, fold it over itself in order to start creating the tip. Now, as a note here too, the foam is the thinnest up on this point, so it's also going to cool down faster than all the rest. I'm just slitting and pushing this together. And I did not get my foam hot enough.
You actually took a lot longer because you were explaining.
Yep.
It's all right. Just fight it. It'll work.
Yeah.
Fight it.
But
Everybody.
when we push our edges together, and I didn't get enough glue on because I was explaining it. Hey, look.
And it looks like
Look,
this.
it looks like this.
Tank says I'm going to resist the obvious joke of the horns and comment on the idea to bevel the ends so it comes to a point.
Yeah.
I don't know what the obvious comments on that would be. I'm lost. You got jokes way beyond me in my capabilities.
Level,
But
layer.
that was creating EVA horns.
Chris Lee says, effing amazing, guys. Love you guys. Keep
Back
up
to
the
Alan.
Hi. Yeah. All right. So let's bring you guys back over here.
good work.
And Stan is now on. He's adding red ear tips and noses to these guys. It's kind of like a frostbite look.
Where did that one go?
Makes them look like bomb pop.
What'd you do with it?
I stuck him in the pile.
Is it the flat one?
Oh yeah. That's that one.
This one buried in the pile.
Philip Earl asked, will these be covered in liquid nails?
Yes, those horns will be covered in liquid nails.
Ken Zarish says, do Rue believe in magic?
Do
Well, we hope you do.
don't set them off the whole Rue things because yeah, it gets bad.
Jeff Lee says, Rue and mom pops.
Not mom pops, mom pops.
Mom pops.
Someone said mom pops.
They're like the man pops, but a little heavier.
This is my man pops. They're efficient.
Ta-da!
Know Your Joe says, good night, everyone. Thanks for doing what y'all do. Y'all are awesome.
Good night.
Thank you. Okay, we now do a very light dusting with a different airbrush, the other airbrush.
Yeah, it's already on there.
Shannon Neal says, you all are fabulous. Have a good evening.
Goodbye.
Good night, sweetheart.
Stan, you got a wife. You can't talk that way to ladies on the internet. Okay. So, regular elf. Now we're going to add the magic of winter on him. We're just going to shoot a little bit of shading down his nose, brows. All this is done from the top. And it just gives him a little bit of a glimmery shimmery to make him icy and wintry.
Wintry shimmery.
Harry Foldbaum III says, hi, Alan and crew. Is there a specific accent you prefer for your heating foam?
I like weldwood because I can buy it at Home Depot. It's also the same kind you can buy at Lowe's.
Ted British says, elf Sarah.
Got the elf going.
Where did my marker go? Oh, it's still working.
I didn't even know there were Zoot Suit rides. Now I'm upset about them. I'm trying to wear the Zoot Suits. That's all they're trying to do.
It was like kind of a counterculture thing, and we do not enjoy it. Chris Lee asks, do you sell unfinished masks?
Yes, I call them blanks, and we sell them on the website. We actually sell a lot of blanks. They're just raw latex pulls.
Tank asks, what the elf is going on over here?
So much else.
So much elf.
All of the elves forever.
Strawberry.
Yeah, so great. Harry
that?
Foldbaum III
Alan didn't help with any of them.
says,
I had
I
to wing
it's
it.
the same kind I use for my customization work I do with Pops and Masters of the Universe figures, and my EVA homework.
Hooray!
Jeff Leach says, those are pretty elfing awesome.
Hooray! Thank
These
you.
are awesome.
I like your light in there. Right? Ruggedly Handsome says, who's gonna put on a pair of little people boots and an elf mask for us tonight? I'm throwing the brood.
Not happening.
Chris Lee says, dog! Oh, so
Big
many
dogs.
dogs.
So many dogs.
That's my hair, Bella. Ken Zarich says, oh, the maniac, brother. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys need cookies?
Yes. Always.
Listen.
So
Limit the amount of cookies that you bring over. Because all the cookies that you bring over, they will eat.
That's not very
And if you don't bring a ton of cookies over, then I have more leftover cookies at the house for Alan cookie time.
Economics.
This is Alan.
They each get one cookie.
A cookie.
Stan, you want to swing over my way?
Nick Meyer asks, what
Yeah.
air pressure do you run your airbrush at?
60. Because I am not scared.
If I were doing full, I would keep it like 40, but I run it at 60.
Harry, hold on, please. You can just call me Coach for Harry. You don't have to say my whole name. Okay, noted.
No, you typed it, man. We're listening. That's it. You don't have any options at this point. We're committed.
I'm disappointed that you're not going to elf boots.
Hey now. What kind of show do you think this is?
Lottie FX Makeup says hi all.
We'll have an all elf boots all the time show coming up. Where we were all wearing the dwarf
It's
boots.
the Still Beast Christmas review.
Like the Star Wars Christmas special, but it's
Yes.
the Still Beast Christmas special.
Yes.
Except,
Oh my God, we
Yeah.
have to have the Bumblebee, the whole family of terrible whoopies.
I'm supposed to wear something.
Next
Yeah.
time.
What's that?
Next time. So I'm just adding some hair to these elves. And if you view hard from the side like that, you do see those little cuts, but there's going to be some airbrushing that happens, some styling that happens, and that'll diminish. But also, they're viewed from the front, and those are harder to see from the front. How it goes?
Robert White says, sorry, my iPad is possessed. Good texting. That's cool. I figured you didn't mean anything by that. You just said pee. I was like,
Poopy?
it's a bitch. Tank says, kind of reminds me of the Witcher Warlock from Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
That's fair. Yes.
Philip Roll says, yeah, the Star Wars Ewok Christmas special. Saw that on his first TV hearing.
As did I.
Oh, you're old.
Ken Zarish says, the hair makes them come to life. Love it. Reed says, front view pixel. Show it again with the hair.
I'm trying to fix it. Hey, Stan,
Yes, sir.
your next mission.
You don't get to choose.
Yeah.
Cookies.
Oh, they're warm.
And there's gums on some of them.
Okay, can Stacy
Pick them up.
Take up the gums. Don't sweat the teeth because we're going to hit the teeth with white after all this dries.
Okay.
And these guys over here haven't had their gums done either.
Gum it up.
You can finish eating first.
Yes. Well, now you like it. Sandwich.
What are you doing, big boy? You're looking in the trash can.
Scary 77 asks, how did you pour those? The pointy ears and noses could not have been easy.
Those are straightforward.
Here we go. It's easy. Don't be afraid of undercuts. It's not a big deal. Just pour it. Just pour it up. Like, don't be scared. And truly, open mold. You only thought the ears were 360.
Rob O'Brien asked, did we bring cookies for everyone?
They should have one each.
Everyone who's here to eat cookies.
I'm gonna go count them to make sure that Shannon didn't bring extra cookies.
Chris Lee asked, would you adopt me, please? Yeah, they're real good cookies. Gregory Haynes asked, how many elves are under construction tonight?
Somewhere between 1 and 70. We'll have 12 finished tonight, which is 2 elf 6-packs.
Rob O'Brien says 159 of us are Sam's cookies.
Molasses cookie.
Pretend you took a bite.
And they're still warm.
Oh. Chad Smith says one package each.
We gotta hurry up.
Shannon hated them.
I imagine he's asking one package of hair each.
No, 1 package of hair should do 2.
Creepers, y'all should get in that Facebook group and do a cookie exchange for Christmas this year.
Yeah. You should. That'd be
Send
awesome.
each other cookies.
Did you get a cookie?
I did get a cookie, thank you.
Send each other cookies because you know Alan doesn't share.
Lisa Arnold says, sugared up Alan. Philip Earl says, dang it, Alan, now my mouth is watering. Chad Smith says, those look super moist.
They
Says,
are.
Someone knows how to make cookies.
Shannon knows I like soft and chewy cookies.
Scott Collier says, Larry owes Curly. The line on this slide. Oh, Chad Smith says, no, one package of cookies each.
Oh, no package. She makes them.
John C. says, Shannon is sending me my own box, so I don't mind watching you guys each only eat one.
Whatever Shannon cooks, John C. always says, I will send you a box of money and you send me a box of that. those cookies are entirely too good.
They're really good.
They're delicious. Totally worth it.
Yeah, only part of the pay is in cookies. Sometimes there's money involved.
I'm willing to negotiate.
Regularly Handsome says you should put a creepy elf in the batch with the ear and nose hairs. It's definitely going to be a conversation starter.
Big old ear and big old nose hair sticking out of it. Be kind of fun.
John C. asks, can you melt a Tim Tam on another warm cookie?
Oh.
Please, yes.
Ezekiel asks, do stand and Rue like chili? The new Tim Tam flavor is chili dark chocolate.
Wow. so
I
awesome.
love chili.
I
Yeah.
love chili and
Yeah.
can't have it.
So, and the Reach asks, ginger snaps?
Molasses cookies.
Awesome cookies.
Soft and delicious.
Mm-hmm.
That's my nickname in college.
Me
Oh my
too.
God. Soft and delicious.
Marguerite says, chili like spicy. Yes, please.
Yeah, I like spicy stuff and I can't have it anymore because my tummy says it's bad.
And then he dies.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't die. Which is good.
And Zarish says, wicked. Rob O'Brien asks, do you think actors wear masks under these?
Well, this year they will, I'm sure. But these are pretty unrestricted in the mouth. If you got a nice mask that had teeth printed on it, I think it would work just fine.
Steve Zalman says, nickname, stage name, same difference. Bobby Geek says, greetings, creepers.
Greetings.
No, nickname and stage name are not the same difference. One implies you're getting paid.
Also, you get to pick one of those.
And no one gets to pick their own nickname.
Yep, that's the thing. Mike Trznowski asks, what can you spray on hair to keep it together?
Plastidip. Plastidip glossifier is what I will use in here in a minute.
Jay Carrillo asks, favorite movie elf or elves?
Krampus has some really nice, like, tribal masked elves.
Scarecrow 77 asks, what adhesive are you using for the hair?
This is Clear GE Silicone 1.
Rob O'Brien says, I found an awesome shark mouth gator mask that had awesome teeth.
Sweet. That's cool.
Share it in the Creepers group. Rob O'Brien.
And with hair, you have to lay it kind of like shingles. You got to start at the bottom and work your way up because each one lays over the other.
Ruggedly Handsome says, a little bit of heat in your chili is always good. Just don't add enough that it burns multiple orifices.
Well, I think they're talking about like chili peppers.
Well, those tend to do that.
Heard of like 4-alarm chili or 2-alarm chili. I've never heard of 1-orifice chili or 2-orifice
Oh
chili.
my.
But that is a new ranking system.
I imagine.
I would
Did you
endorse
see
it.
the Skeletor, it's their Hot Ones?
What?
It's an animated Hot Ones episode where they eat hot wings and progressively hotter and while interviewing someone.
It's animated,
It's animated and it's Skeletor.
so they make it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
eating hot wings on Hot Ones, answering questions about eternity. It's pretty
Doesn't
funny.
he kill the interviewer at the end?
I don't know who does. Oh no, scissors down.
For some reason, the past 2 days, my hamstrings have been knotted up and locked up. And I keep thinking that I'm going to like take some time and stretch them and stuff. Doesn't happen.
Get in the hot tub. We're getting on quality hot tub weather.
Oh yeah. How'd that go, Rue?
Chad Smith says, more
And
bananas.
contact me.
Says what?
More bananas.
E-N-N-N.
Body geek. Oh, let's talk about your calves.
Label.
Oh yeah. But
Body
that's
geek.
a-
That's,
Get on the stilts and work them out.
the last place I want to be is I'm removing cramps. You didn't bring more cookies, did
Yeah.
you? Ooh, a beverage. Thanks, wife.
Best life is best. Reckon the Hanson is you need to buy a Theracane, Alan. It's a game changer for muscle aches. They're only around $35.
I have one.
Tim Gobble says, Alan, you may be potassium deficient.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's real
It's a new
good.
love for Mondays.
Tank says, I once thought I pulled a hamstring. Turned out to be a bulging disc. 4 back operations.
Wow, that's awesome.
Horrible.
Well, that's why I don't go to the doctor.
I had, yeah. Turns out, when you go to the doctor, they find stuff that's wrong with
I
you.
know. Patsman says, we all agree. With the amount of liquid you drink, you could be flushing out your potassium.
Yeah. I'm potassium.
Totally overrated.
Rue? You and another horn?
Yep.
Okay.
I think this is the last one.
When you're done with the brush, just kind of clean it by doing that number. And then you can dab all the teeth white once the gums are dry.
Yeah.
Dab.
Chris Lee says, all you need is
One
some
swipe.
oingo boingo in the background.
One swipe.
Will? Lots of oingo boingo.
So,
So much oingo boingo.
Chris, Rue and I are big oingo boingo fans.
Didn't they
Oh,
do
yeah.
Dead Man's Party?
They do.
Yep.
I knew a music reference. I get that reference.
Good job.
And No One Lives Forever.
Yep.
I don't
And
know
a whole
that one.
bunch of others that are really good still. But those are good applications.
Now I'm doing a fairly tough one. I'm going to make eyebrows for him.
Philip
Right.
Earl.
I don't normally do that because it actually takes a lot of time, way more energy.
Philip Earl says, don't forget low calcium. It can also bring on the muscle tendon twitchies, aches, and outies.
Sit, I need a
I'm not a
milkshake.
fan of only lead.
You know what? Banana milkshake would give me potassium and
There you
calcium.
go. Chris Lee says, only the lad.
Yeah. These people are doctors.
Mike Chersnowski says, what a difference, Cam. Rob O'Brien says, the Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingos. Yes.
Yes.
Chris Lee says, Elfman will be proud. Dang it.
Is that a you reference or a me reference?
It's that oingo boingo
Oingo
reference.
Boingo. Jay Correa says, opening night of our haunt this year, my hamstrings cramped up after we closed for a good 15 minutes.
That means you were doing it right.
Yep.
Philip Earl says, Alan, I what do you think?
Alan, yours is good. That I can
I've got a squeezy.
Look around, Stan, show them the
Oh,
dogs.
that's
You mean the free-for-all?
Yes.
What I really want to show them is how we charge the phone.
In the ghetto.
Bravo Brian says, and of course.
We'll all try and lean on you at once and try and knock you over. Next trip, they're doing it.
Uh-oh. We gotta plug in here too.
Oh, it's so big.
Ah!
We did that already. We already did the pen.
Castro says, Alan, Danny Elfman, oingo, and.
Oh,
Jack Skellington too.
doesn't he have red hair?
Yes, he does have red hair.
Throw in
That's-
some
Look at
magnesium
that.
for proper calcium absorption.
Yeah.
Sakamoto says that squeaking sound just woke my dog up. She's looking around for the toy now.
Sorry, that's my doggo's toy. Yeah. All right, so now I have.
Did I come down to your level? I'm sorry.
Welcome to Migraine Manor. Rue, help me out here. Good.
Dude,
No,
give me
I thought
that.
he was about to run with it. Oh, okay, he didn't. Oh my God.
what are you doing?
Body Geek says, I think Alan has a dark chocolate for con deficiency. Better send Rue to Bucky's.
Yeah.
Baba Dawson says, you started some shiz in my house now too.
Sorry,
Sakamoto
guys.
says She's literally pinned in front of the TV.
Sorry about the shiz.
Baba Dawson says, it's okay. Don't
Got to get them YouTube watch minutes up, guys.
That's
That's any trick in the book, you know.
Oh, Bella. Sweet girl. You like to do a certain you are, yes. That's
In case anyone didn't know,
Not gonna
Alan
fight.
likes to start stuff.
It's true. What do you do?
When stuff happens, you look around and whoever's
He is
holding
the
the,
protagonist.
Alan's holding the biggest spoon in the room.
He's the antagonist. Sakamoto says, now that's just mean. Chad Smith asked, Alan, can you guess what I'm going to do with the hair on the door sniffer?
Oh, nose hair. Nice. Maybe I'm wrong. Did I guess?
He said yes.
This one has a very 80s biker
Yeah, I
mustache.
was going to say, 1980.
80s biker.
Totally
And
had no
1980 says,
idea.
Frosty is a free elf. Master has presented him hair. Chad Smith says, you are correct. He's going to get nose hair. Rachel Powell says, fun fact, ferrets will attack you if you squeak a toy at them like that. It sounds like a hit in distress.
Yeah.
I gotta see that.
But will they do the weasel war dance? That's my favorite part. That's right.
I love the visual war dance.
Lisa Art says, love the different hairdos. Warmonger
Yeah,
says,
it's
"Ooh,
another
and
way. It's a way for the actors to easily tell them apart. They're like, oh, mine has this, mine is this, you know.
The Hot Dermot says, love the mustache on that one. Philip Earl says, it could just be nose hair. And Zarich says you should give him ear hair too.
Well, I'm not a big ear hair guy.
Scarecrow 77 was digging the stash.
I bet you are. Said that like it was an insult, but it's thanks. I'm glad you're digging this pen.
Rachel Powell says yes, and they'll do the entire time they dance to you and try to eat your hand. I love ferrets. Tank says, hell, I know 20 spiders with that mustache. Mama Della says, now I have to go throw the ball. I'm sure my neighbors won't mind the noise at 9:30 p.m.
Sorry. Kinda.
Warmonger says eyebrows.
What do they say now? Sorry, not sorry. Not on this one.
Philip Earl says, yeah, one of them with the wicked nose, ear, and eyebrows. 1980 says, let me tell you something, brother. What you gonna do when the frost comes looking for you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The Hunt Dermot says, Mohawk next one?
No, because they all have hats. Remember? They gotta have hats. So all these hairstyles don't interfere with the hats.
Rachel Powell says, I have 3 ferrets. I'll get some video to run around for you.
Aw.
Yay.
That's awesome.
Philip Earl says, an ungroomed Tom Selleck. And this is what Tom Selleck
I've been
looks
called
like,
worse.
offset.
Morning hair, Tom Selleck.
Sakamoto says, well, the doggo's all riled up, so we're downstairs to bed. Thanks for the stream and good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Knock.
You got all the teeth already, right? Oh, not this one. No. Oh, you missed these gums too.
But you were working on it.
Oh.
So in a weird way, it's kind
1980
of.
says, when a Skeksis and a Fraggle meet.
Okay. It's 2020, man. Let them.
They do too.
Rob O'Brien asked, does Tim Curry do the voice of that?
Equal Fraggles for all.
I haven't seen that show in forever.
That's because you're adults, Dan.
I'm just saying, man.
That's why.
Harry asked, what color would you make Panther if he wasn't purple?
What's that?
What color would you make Panther if he wasn't purple? But he is purple.
I know.
So we get to make him purple.
Black. I would make him black
Or
because
Black
Panthers
Panther.
are black.
Rob O'Brien says Thornberry. The oh yeah, I get it. I can do that with mustache.
Thornberry?
Yeah. Ruggedly handsome. That's Gandalf. You shall not pass out Christmas gifts.
You shall not pass.
Chad Smith asks, do you make your elf hats in-house or buy them?
I buy them like a sane person. I used to make my elf hats, but they make better elf hats than I do, so I'm gonna let them.
And I'm too expensive.
Yes, yes.
Philip Earl said, it's been great working with y'all instead of watching the news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like any day that I'm getting to work here and not watching the news
It's a good day.
as my job is a great day.
In case anyone didn't know, that used to be Stacey.
Yeah, my job used to be watching the news and it was the worst.
Alexa, what time is it?
It's 9:31 p.m.
Great.
Have a good night.
Philip Earl asked, is the Krampus Lab still on for the weekend and is it full?
Okay, it's different now. Why did you talk about Krampus Lab?
Una mensa portable.
Standing by.
Hey Stacey, when's the last time you stupid human trick?
When's the last time I used to be human trick? I stupid human trick all the time.
Your news reading.
It's been
Perfect. Okay. Hi guys. Sorry I've been out tonight. I am in the back shipping orders, which is important. So hey, Krampus Lab is sold out. But what we've done is we've combined the 2 days because we had a few people who had to drop out on Sunday. So we took Krampus Lab on Sunday and we are attaching it to the end of the class on Saturday. So we doubled up Saturdays. The people who are with the Airbrush Lab have the option to take the Krampus Lab class. So they do an Airbrush Lab from 9 to 3 and they get to learn how to use an airbrush. And then after they've done the airbrush, we immediately are going to turn the shop around. I wish you could see what he's doing there. It's
No, you
just-
don't.
You're so wrong. And then we are gonna do Krampus Lab from 3 to 7. They're not listening to what I'm saying anymore. You asked me to talk to them, and now look what you're doing. So, and guys, please don't. I'm not really mad at him. Okay, the minute I do any kind of reprimand on Alan, everybody starts worrying. I'm gonna boot him out. I'm not. He's good. But anyway, the Krampus Lab will be right after Airbrush Lab, so it's going to double up. So we're going to actually, the people who took the Airbrush Lab are doing Krampus Lab afterwards, and they're going to get to use their new skills to make a mask. At the end of the day, they have this awesome mask to do. So there you go. And yes, it is sold out.
But that format we might do in the future. So it's an airbrush and a mask lab.
Nice, Jason. When you feed the blind Kung Fu master after midnight.
Yeah, good point.
Joanne probably says, maybe that one should have fuzzy hair.
Stan.
Yes, sir.
Chris Lee says, love this feed.
See how the hair was done? Hair,
Says, hello, Shannon.
hair, scissors, caulking gun on this guy.
Yeah.
I normally run one here, like use this to lay it up against, and I do 2 layers there, and then I do a dot.
Steve Zalman says, no, Shaggy, don't look. It won't do you any good.
Yeah, 1,
Yep.
2.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm supposed to show Scott Colhart what my beverage is.
Okay.
Ta-da.
And it has my name on the top.
Yeah, it does.
Stacy, I'm gonna
Thank
read
you.
comments,
Okay,
and you're gonna talk for Stan.
okay.
Because Stan doesn't work and talk at the same time, so you're just gonna hang out nearby, and you're
Describe
gonna,
what he's doing.
And just generally make
you're gonna be healthy chatter.
talking noise.
Make the talking noise. On the bright side, I'm really good at
Philip
that.
Earl, we
Yeah.
will let you know if there is a cancellation. Shannon is here. She's in the other room packing up orders. Should give that one a Motorhead mustache.
Well, the other kind of got Lemmy chops
Like a
happening
Lemmy
over
thing
here.
happening?
Yeah, I do 1 mustache per 6. Because mustaches and eyebrows are kind of a pain.
Now the facial, what are these warts?
Yes.
Whatever on this guy. Did you pipe those on, or are they just smoothed out dollops?
They were smoothed out dots.
Give me the little skull guy, close up.
Okay.
The little anatomy
Oh,
model.
this
It's
Yeah.
a sculpting reference.
dude.
So you can see all the
Hi,
muscles
Harry.
on the face. Dre. Put it back
Chris
up
Lee
here a
is
bit.
begging for ear hair. We're not going to do ear hair this go around. Everybody wants ear hair on everything.
Well, of course.
You know.
Not a joke when you have ear hair, guys.
Yeah, when you reach a point when you got to get rid of it. Just a friend told me about that.
It starts, you start to like it less.
Surrounded by old dudes. I don't know about this ear hair business.
All of the ear hair.
You will.
I will eventually. At some point, we'll know about the weird ear hair.
They work at the Gringotts Northern Branch. That's funny. Chris Lee is sad that he's not going to get ear hair.
Womp womp womp
Maybe on the next
womp.
batch of 6 that we do.
Hey, hey, Bella.
Bella, no.
Is she organizing the hair for
She's
you?
stealing the hair.
She's stealing the hair out of
Bella,
my
that
shoulder.
is not for you. She's like, the hell you say?
Bella,
I'm
no.
taking this.
Hey, hi.
Dude, hi, Mama. Hi, baby. You can't have it.
You have to get out of his butt.
Good night,
Sorry.
Michelle Schulte.
Good night,
Good night,
Michelle.
Michelle.
Philip Earl. I have a troll on my short list of things to sculpt. To do another, yeah.
So I'm just pushing this down so that you make sure that all the caulking sticks to it and this won't fall off in the middle of a show or whatever you're using it
Stan is using a popsicle stick. Unlike me, I use a finger like a savage.
You just gotta smash that in there.
for. Just smash it in.
Smash it.
Smash.
1980 says he has the cheeks for mutton chops.
Yeah, you do. The serious chops. I like that we just have an over-the-shoulder feed happening here with the hair.
Yeah, you know. It's a little practice to get that because I kept dropping it in the floor.
Sure.
That vest looks like it has ear gauges.
Dog stole it.
It does have big earlobes because I want to be able to put earrings in it.
Yes. We could gauge it. It's latex. It stretches easy.
Yeah, punching hair into warts is rewarding in an odd way. Neck curtains? I don't know what neck curtains
It's
are.
one of
I feel
the.
like just a neck beard.
Neck beard.
Just a neck beard. No.
A neck beard is neck curtains?
Well, if it's long.
That
Yeah.
makes it sound appealing.
No. Oh.
Just fill it in, getting them layers. The beefier you lay it on, the less easy it is to see the
Right. So
attachment points.
yeah, if you go up here,
Layer brush.
yeah. So the closer you get, the thicker it looks. Then you get a little further down.
All right, Carl Franklin.
Carl Franklin, what kind of mask did you order? Sneezy top.
Ah.
That's funny. 1980, you're doing good tonight.
Yeah, on a roll.
Yeah, tonight you're way funnier than normal. Wow. The only Motorhead song that I know of, like right off the bat, is "I'm so bad, Eddie, I don't care."
Ace of spades.
Not Ace of Spades.
Ace of spades.
Ace of spades. And I'm so bad, maybe I don't care. 1980 is on fire.
That's right.
Like, two of the last three things he posted is really great.
Careful. He's gonna have to deflate his head to get out of the internet.
Oh.
He's killing it.
Nailing it.
Sakamoto, good night.
So we finally found the clear caulking that was not frozen.
Yes.
It was not ruined by Mother Earth.
Yes.
As it turns out, leaving them outside
It's bad.
might be problematic.
That's awesome, Carl Franklin. I have your ram horn Krampus already poured up.
Woot woot.
I'll be working on him either tomorrow or Wednesday. I have to make a YouTube Wednesday video.
You do have to make a YouTube Wednesday tomorrow.
And I say that like I have to. It's the editing. I love making stuff, but editing is often like a 6 to 8 hour process.
Takes longer to edit than make the video.
It takes long. Yes, normally I have like 2 hours of footage, and then, yeah. Shout out from Did She Say Woot Woot?
I did say woot woot.
Woot, woot.
Woot woot. Because I'm elite hacksaw, yo. Fear my mad hacksaw skills.
I don't know what that means.
That was mostly written in my head in symbols.
No, 1980 is killing it. Good night, Chris Lee.
Listen, if you're here, you're family. Close enough.
Close enough.
Triple HHH entrance song.
The Triple
Time
H.
to play
Yeah.
the game. Is that?
It's a wrestling thing.
Wrestling.
Wrestling. Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
After her first time. I played WoW for a little while, but
The war crack.
the issue that I had with it is kind of ridiculous.
Oh,
Like for the first 15 levels or so, I thought I could kick my character's butt. Like if I could beat him up, and that was very frustrating to me. Like I don't understand when your D&D character can't swim. I can swim. Why can't my character swim? My character should be better than me at stuff. So that's hard. Pumpkinhead is on Prime. It is. That's right. I watched it about a month ago.
nice.
It's number 1. It's on the tube of caulk. It is GE Silicone 1. Clear silicone caulking. It's there. If it's GE, the number is there. If it's another brand, then I'm not going to have a number on it.
The Oscar plays.
Yeah, that works. No, I don't have the new elf sculpt even molded yet. But I had an immediate need for elves. You know, like you do.
Here we go.
All right.
Oh!
Yeah, the dog did not know which eye to look at, I bet.
So here are. Ta-da!
Yeah, if it says 100% silicone, okay.
I
So
know.
for putting on hair, Baba Daza, you're fine with whatever. You can use 2. If you're going to make a mold with the method that I used in my video, then you have to buy GE
Oh, yeah.
silicone caulk.
I gotta get that.
Lady
Oh.
Godiva, children at your feet.
That's some
Sexy hair.
quality Legolas vibes you got
Quality
going
hair
on
right
there.
Gotta do the ponytail.
Oh, Stan, I have some Prozane. We can make that too. You can leave here with a full head of hair, dude.
Part it right down the middle.
You're gonna get home, Janice will be like, I'm sorry, what?
What?
What happened here?
She screams when she sees some dude she doesn't know come in the door.
Right?
Like, Stan gets shot.
In sad still piece news today,
What happened was
Stanikin has been shot.
has been shot. More dead than alive.
Either I'm caught up or they stopped coming.
Could go either way.
We don't know.
Oh, I make long finger gloves already,
Yep.
but I don't sell them with 6-packs. With a 6-pack of elves. You work for Coke Zero and Cookies. Might have you over one night, Philip. Playing elf pizza.
Lemmy the red-nosed demon. I like it.
Hey. Hold together.
Apologize.
Philip Earl says groovy.
Apologize.
Actually, so I thought that was an egg. It did kind of look like an egg, a little bit. They are
Biting his face.
very excitable.
Oh, you grip. Don't bite your face. Okay. So what we have to do here, I also just checked Gamera's eyes. Unfortunately, that white is not dry yet. What we have to do here, I'm going to lift this go a little bit more.
Ken Reese says, hey.
Hey.
Hello, Ken.
Thank you, Scott Colehart, for posting the link to Silicone One. Ken Reese says, Whisker Biscuits.
I don't know if that's inappropriate or not, so I'm not going to comment much.
Well, wife,
Shannon laughed.
wife laughed, so I feel like
That's probably inappropriate then.
She's still laughing.
Like JD says, will there be eyebrows?
Normally, no. Okay, so red is in the airbrush, and I do not want red right now, so I'm going to put red back in the bottle.
Michael Loisel says, great stuff as usual, Alan.
Thank you.
Tank says, you bother Lemmy by leaving a mask after him.
That's true.
Lisa Art asks, hats glued on?
No, I do not glue on the hats. I just make it so that the hats can be worn.
Philip Monroe asks, is the bear in the background the future mask?
Yes, it is.
TJ Downbat asks, will there be an orc?
There's not an ice orc for this batch. There'll be a Krampus from Big Dog's Krampus skull.
Philip Monroe says, awesome. Regularly Handsome says, he wept. I didn't even know he was ready to leave. Heyo.
I don't understand.
It's a pun. Based on the word wept.
Oh,
Very funny.
It's
Great
a
job.
Slapper.
Brew, are you just going to make horns until you fall over?
Yes.
I'm done.
Are you making a new one to make up for the one you made that was not so good?
Maybe.
Hey, it's better than you doing that than me having to say, hey, you got to make that again.
Because that's how we do it.
Turns out I've worked with you a little bit, and I know.
He's going to make me do it again.
Actually, no, you probably will. Well, you're gonna have an extra horn in it.
Even though the new air stripper's doing a great job, like, I can still, it's crazy. My phone is sitting out here.
It has like a
And
film on
like,
it.
when I pick it up, I'm like, oh my god, this is covered in stuff.
Yeah.
First you airbrush detritus.
Yeah, and that just hits the hairline a little bit and makes it show up. But it also hides that weave a little.
Nice Judy says, you know the old gag arrow through the head? This would be fun with a gag icicle.
I suppose, yes. You might have to explain it to some folks.
Icicle through the head. Who's the
Maybe
company
a little
that,
crazy on this one.
who's the company that does the Santa head lanterns?
Wargalore.
They're great. I love those.
Yeah, they're pretty
And if you were doing a head lantern with one of these, I would say an icicle group would be ideal.
Are they
Yeah.
too close together?
I thought Pumpkin Wolf did them.
It hung over, and the end wasn't glued down. So where it hung over, I just cut it off. That's the easiest way to fix it.
Rachel Powell says, I guess you could say they would have a splitting headache.
Oh.
But it,
I thought Pumpkin Wolf did the Santa head.
Well, Gorgalore just did some posts on their headlights, Santa headlights. And then we're going to tease this with a comb also once it's cured up.
Baba Dowza says Santa lanterns?
Yes. Gorgalore Santa. Just look up that.
Who makes the clock that's like the pumpkin that's puking and everything?
Brain freeze.
That is pumpkin pulp.
Pumpkin who?
Pumpkin pulp.
Pumpkin pulp.
Michael Loisel says, recently used Harbor Freight quick change airbrush, kept clogging with mass paint. How thin can the paint be thin?
Just add more water. Yeah, just add more water. And what was your air pressure? That's a big deal that a lot of people kind of forget. What air pressure were you running it at? Don't forget, I run mine at 60 to 80. If I'm running that paint through it, then I run it at 80.
John C. says, nice one with the
Capital ice.
yeah, with the word and nice spelled with an apostrophe in it.
You don't have enough glue there. You need to see that glue up on the end. And then see how this is hanging over?
Mm-hmm.
You do not want any to hang over ever. Because that's a tab, it'll just get, an actor will just unzip it. Okay, I have 1, 2, 4, and here's the 5th one. I have uno más, por favor. Elfamania here.
Steve Solomon says, that's an interesting item for Santa Lantern. Angelus Lucifer says, I still want to be great. Lisa Arndt says, I don't remember where John C. was. He's usually pretty funny, too. Robert Andrea says, I'm currently testing my airbrush with powdered sugar icing. Never thought that would be a thing.
Cool, that's awesome. That just kind of calms down that edge a little bit. That's why I like doing that to them. Stacy, can you pull up a picture of Gamera for me on your phone?
And she says, some people take the joke to the end zone and some fun. Right. It is kind of darkness. I like how it's kind of goofy that way. Is that a baby one?
Nope.
Oh, it just kind of looks babyish. Gotcha.
It's a turtle.
It's a turtle.
It has very few viewing options.
That's true. Steve Zalman asks, so why do you choose to use black for covering up the leaf and not blue for the skin color? Wouldn't that camouflage it better?
Black is a little more hidey.
Michael Loisel has recently got your head form. Can't wait to use it.
Awesome.
Thank you, Scott Colbart, for posting the Sylvie Studio shopping.
Thanks, Scott.
MNTM4N says they all remind me of Riff Raff.
Mountain Man.
You gotta say, is it Mountain Man? Probably Mountain Man. No, MNT and 4N. I should know that, and we Paxor.
Minuteman.
Really? Scarecrow says, I've never seen a saber-toothed turtle before.
You have.
Well, you're missing out.
Body Geek says, okay, I'm calling it. Heading to Florida on Tuesday and I've been crazy busy with work and clearing brush. Oh man. And
Good night, Body Geeks.
Good night.
Good.
Once upon a time, I had a credit card, the last 4 digits of which were 1337, which is neat. So I was like, hee hee, that's it. Oh, ouch. Mountain Man says, I say Mountain Man. Wife says Minute Man.
Ooh.
Sick burn, yo.
Self-burn, self-burn.
Self-burn.
So,
everybody had 2 cookies?
Yes.
Yes.
Eat that last cookie, Alan. Do
Get
it.
that cookie, Alan.
Robert Dandre says, so as the cook in the house, have you ever made pineapple cream puffs? They don't make Celadoro and genetic cookies anymore. Did you hear that, Shannon? I am not the cook in the house. Hashtag not right. Shannon, have you ever made pineapple cream puffs?
No.
She says not yet.
Yeah.
Michael Loisel says, great work on camera. Big fan along with Godzilla. Always a fan of Patchy Monsters.
Me too.
Steve Zolman says, no, I haven't had 2 cookies.
None for you.
No cookie for you. You say you like cookie, you don't get one.
I'm using 5-minute epoxy to attach the eyes before I cover all the eyes in 5-minute epoxy.
1980 says, someone needs a Pac-Man shirt to compliment Alex.
No, 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 no.
Robert Andrews says, looks like we know what to overnight in the sweets box for Christmas. Yes, yes, please. I would eat a pineapple cream puff.
Heck yeah.
Bill Girl says, Alan, did you personally interact with the Galapagos tortoises while at Universal?
I did at Gatorland, not at Universal.
Michael Loisel says, great, now I want to cookie.
Everybody.
Nunu Gomez says, I like the whiteout eyes.
Yeah. Glad you do. Covered them up.
Covering them up.
Just gonna hold these eyes on for 5 minutes.
Fine, right? You keep your camera up a little bit and see what you're doing. Well, there.
Now's when the eyeball falls off. Thanks,
Eyeballs.
Stacy.
You're welcome. And John C. says it's camera on camera. Philip Girl says that gives you an in mode working your camera since you bug out with the golf course with
Rue, would you grab me a red Sharpie from over there, please, from the door?
Chad Smith asks, whose prop is the camera for?
I don't normally give out client names, especially when they're watching and they could say, because I don't know what they're doing with this. You know, they might be into weird stuff.
Lisa Arndt says, camera is for my hawks.
Okay, since she told you, I'll tell you.
1980 says blue tape. Blue tape over those.
It's not a Sharpie.
Red Sharpie.
Red Sharpie.
Oh, you mean the,
No.
You got this
you
one?
want an actual red colored Sharpie?
Rue, look at me. Boom. There you go.
Fine. Things are fine. We're all fine here.
Scarecrow 77 says, looks like Godzilla and the demon dogs from Ghostbusters had a baby.
That's Gamera, with a little bit of the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Chad Smith says, lucky. Masato K says, hey everyone, hope y'all are good.
Hello, Masato.
Masato.
Rue, put your finger right here.
I'm about to. And look, I'm not even gonna stand in front of the camera to do it.
Don't let it slide. You're letting it slide backwards. Right there. Right there. No talking now.
Michael Loisel says, good night and have a great night everyone.
Good night.
1980 says, there was a turtle in Never Ending Story.
There was. Her name was not Moolah. It was. No, it was an M. Morla.
Morla.
Jack 269 says, it's Gamera's head. Gamer's head. Gamera's head. Yes.
Yeah. probably will stick now.
Jack269 asks, what are you making?
Gamera is really neat. Gamera's full of turtle meat.
We've been eating yammer.
Gamera. You bring me an acid brush, Rue. Sure.
1980 asks, have you been watching Mandalorian?
No, I don't watch a lot of TV. We're going to start watching that again right after Thanksgiving.
Jack269 says, I freaking knew it. It was Gamera.
It is Gamera.
You were correct, sir.
Now this is not, I did not sculpt this to be Gamera, so you'll note some inconsistencies in your Gamera-iness if you're a huge Gamera fan, but this looks enough like Gamera.
1980 says, no spoilers then. Thank you. Some of us are watching it, and
Don't be
we're only
ruining the
episode-
show.
Well, we're rewatching the first season before we jump into the second season.
All right, we're not going to be scared here. We're just going to mix up a whole bunch.
Don't be scared.
Skirt, nice skirt.
Warmonger says, Alan don't watch TV or listen to music yet, knows everything about it.
I have a few sources that I get my info from. I try to stay upbeat and with it. I don't necessarily know, but I try. Having a bit of media knowledge is kind of important to what I do.
Lisa Art says, I saw yours in Cobwebs and I knew I had to have one. Grew up watching kaiju movies with my dad.
Awesome.
Big God Wolf says, very cool. And it is 10 o'clock.
And we are about to end. Last thing we got to do here is grease up the camera.
When my dad came home with a VCR for the very first time, he came home with the VCR and Gear.
Geetra?
Yep.
Awesome.
That was the very first movie I ever watched on VHS.
Philip Earl says, t-shirt. Anthony Palo says, Morla.
Morla, yes.
Okay, that was the very first movie I ever watched on the VHS we owned. We used to rent one from the video store every
Nice.
time.
Warmonger says, ear hair on Gamera.
You're killing me, Smalls.
That was the thing.
Dude, I remember that.
Ken
It was like a
Burke says, good
suitcase.
night, fan. Have a
Yep.
good rest of your night.
He has a rental VHS player.
Yeah, like it was like a suitcase.
Have a good night.
And if you were really good that week, Dad would rent you a VHS too. I mean, not a VHS, an NES. Rent you a Nintendo too. Real good.
We just brought back a list after my parents that includes our original Nintendo.
Nice.
I swiped my parents' credit card, put the deposit down to rent a PlayStation.
Oh my god.
Because you had to put like this $200 deposit down on it. And I'm a kid, you know,
Yeah.
credit card. And my name's Stan, and my dad's name is Stan. So, you know, it made life a little easier sometimes.
That's funny.
I'm sure you heard all about that
Go to
one.
the video store and rent a VCR for the weekend. Tank says, I don't remember the very first movie I watched, but I do remember my parents renting a VCR. My wife and I were just recently reminiscing. 1980 says, worst childhood memory. I wanted to see Transformers the movie, 1980 versions. My dad surprised me with it. I put it in the rental VCR and the tape had been erased.
Oh,
Tragic.
that stinks.
You was an angry child.
Mountain Man says, first VHS movie was Terminator.
I have no idea. Like, because we just did not have one when I was a kid, so I didn't watch anything on VHS until I moved my own apartment in Orlando.
Thank you, Scott Colbert. You shared our PayPal donation link. Donate now to help with the care and feeding of your resident shop. Insert Sarah McLaughlin.
The arms of a monkey.
Sandra Nailander says, so it looks like you raised the iris a little bit above the white. Why put it on that way?
Because it looks unnatural and he looks really bug-eyed if it's down low. And once this is all done, I'm just going to paint over that and you won't even notice. I did it on the other side too.
JLR
Tiny
says, I
bit
love
of
your
eyelid.
ass. Nice Name says, I remember Top Gun on VHS.
Now we have a
John
moist
T says
camera.
at Jijin Namori Park is a giant Godzilla on Awaji Island off the city of Kobe, measures 75 feet and offers visitors a chance to ride a zip line right into Godzilla's mouth.
Yes, and there's also a hotel right next to it. And my friend Jinx was there for his honeymoon, and Japan kicked him out because of COVID.
Oh.
This was January.
Scarecrow 77 says, my first VHS movie was Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Alright,
Winning.
Says good night.
good night.
Masato K says that mask is masterful.
Why? Senko.
Warmonger says, I miss video stores. Me too. We lived walking distance from our local video rental place. Like it was right behind our house. And so we would walk up there, my sister and I would rent movies together. You know, there was strict criteria. My parents were very, very strict on what we were allowed to rent. And we were not the kind of kids who would try and sneak it past them at that age anyways.
Good kid.
We were good kids. I was a good kid, damn it, most of the time.
Your youth was wasted.
Until I was a teenager, and I was a very bad kid.
Well, you know, it happens.
Yeah. Before then, I was fine.
I was a pretty good kid. Like, never drank, I never smoked. You know, I'd call my mom and say, hey, listen, I'm going to be out till like 4 tonight. And she was okay with it. I went to bars from like the time I was 13, 14. And I didn't drink, but I would go because my friends were all like 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
So they would go, and they would, every single time, they would card the guy in front of me, and they would card the guy behind me. And I never got carded.
You've been old since the get-go.
We would, yes. I looked 30 from the time I was 14. And I had the goatee to prove it.
Gregory Haynes asks, where are the eye holes on, I'm assuming he means camera.
This one has no eye holes because this is a wall mount version. This is a wall mount.
Cross talk about this is video stores, mom and pop video stores.
Radio killed the radio store.
I used to go into the one of the local bars in my hometown. I'd become a regular since I was 16 years old. And then when I turned 21, I went in and placed my ID on the bar and asked for my free 21st birthday drink, and got like immediately like seriously thrown out of the bar.
Because they were coming in for years.
Yeah, they were real mad at
Yeah,
me.
parking space out front. Reserved for room.
1980 says, sorry, if I owned that zip line, I had a flamethrower. It's time to just after the guest starts, but still a very safe distance to make me think they are barbecue.
That's why no one gives you insurance, 1980. Somewhere your insurance man is crying.
Baba Daza asks, did you get kicked out? Cut out.
Yeah, I got kicked out. Sorry, Bob. I got kicked out of the bar. Immediately got let back in, like, right afterwards, because I wasn't regular.
But they were mad on
They were real mad on principle. And, like, my buddies worked there, and, yeah, it was a real funny day for everyone.
Captain Marcus says VHS, well, Betamax, baby.
Laser disc.
Oh,
My
man.
neighbors made the mistake of going all Betamax. Whoops.
Big giant gold plated record.
I got an office, no records on the wall. Life's been good to me so far.
says, oh, Laserdisc, Superman 4.
Yep.
Misty Deserski
Hey,
says,
we
I
don't
watched
talk about
Terminator.
Superman 4.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
Christopher Reeve just wanted to direct.
Misty Deserski says, I watched Terminator on Laserdisc.
I think Terminator 2 was the first thing I ever saw on Laserdisc.
Mountain Man says, Mom had a Betamax with a corded remote.
See how that eyelid that I put on there with paper towel and latex mask paint? I put that on there, and now that, you know,
Oh yeah, corded remote. That was a thing too.
does that thing.
See, we weren't fancy. I was the one.
I
Warmonger
am
says, I
durable.
grew up in bars since my mother would manage 3 different ones. That's why I don't drink today. Oh, and Katie says, I had the Star Wars trilogy on Laserdisc. I gave them away.
Oof. I'm sorry.
Okay, listen. Listen.
Lift.
Look, listen.
Lift.
In the theater, Empire Strikes Back. I want you to think back, remember that movie. I saw the movie in the theater, like a lot of people did. And I distinctly remember on Hoth, when the Millennium Falcon leaves out of the base on Hoth, and Darth Vader is there on the ground, there's a shot of him going, I want that shit. And it's not in any of the new versions. Does anybody else remember that scene? I want that shit. And he's doing this, and it's right to the camera, and it's right after the Millennium Falcon jets out. I distinctly remember seeing that. Maybe my mind is making it up, but it frustrates me that it's not on any versions.
Jack, 269 says, I remember that. Philip Rose says, yes. David Quintana says, Gamera, Mothra, Godzilla, the smog monster. Misty Jazerski says, I saw A New Hope at a drive-in. Mountain Man says, yes. Next Davey says, I'll look for it if I find it. Tank says, Mandela effect.
I remember it happening. Don't you tell me I'm crazy. Okay, so this is Gamera, guys. Gamera! East Gamera! All right, and that is the last thing that we did right here. All right, so very busy night. Rue has made up a stack of horns.
They're over there.
Slide your oven out of the way. Look at that pile of horns that Rue made for future Krampuses all over the world. Say goodnight, Rue.
Good night, Rube.
Stan is covered in hair.
For once.
You know who you look like right now? Who was
For once.
Gunnar? Who was the lion tamer with Ringling Brothers for so long?
Oh, God.
I wanted to be him for a while when I grew up. Gunther Gable Williams.
That's the one.
Because
How do you know that?
he looked like Kraven the Hunter from Spider-Man.
I'll take that.
I'll
take that.
Yeah, and that's what Gunther Gable Williams looked like to me. And I'm like, I want to wear that all the time. It's like what he wore for show. And say goodnight, sir.
Good night, everybody. Have a great night.
Wife, stick your head around here and say goodnight.
Good night.
Stacy, say goodnight.
Good night.
Anybody get a sandwich?
Yes. Okay.
Everybody, thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. I know you have a lot of options for your evening. Hopefully this was a fun place to be for a while. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us. Go make stuff.
All right.